I completely believe that Karmelo Anthony was innocent and should have been exonerated of all charges. And if they did feel that he was culpable in what happened, then why not go with an aggravated manslaughter? And the reason I'm bringing that up is there was another case in Texas involving a white student by the name of Kason Allison. And Kason Allison invited a Latino kid into the school's bathroom for a fight, although he didn't let the Latino kid know that he would be armed with a knife. And he stabs the kid intentionally 4 times. The child dies. And instead of being charged with murder, I believe he was charged with aggravated manslaughter, given 10 years. He'll be home in 5 years, whereas Karmelo got 35. So Karmelo would have to do 17 and a half years before he could seek parole. How do you get 5 versus 35?
All right. We are back, folks.
You already know we are back too, man. And listen, what happens when a black attorney starts fact-checking some of the loudest voices defending Karmelo Anthony? Well, this is exactly what's happening right now. We got Dennis Spurling is getting hit with a lot of backlash after pushing back against Jasmine Crockett and Dr. Umar. And then we got another debate that completely explodes when Donovan Sharpe accuses Fatty and his panel of racial bias. But here's the kicker. Here's the plot twist. By the end of that debate, many people are saying that Donovan Sharpe was doing the very thing that he accused Fatty and everyone else of doing. So we're going to get into it all, man. Welcome back to Uda On Go. If you're new here, this is where we break down the biggest stories, news, culture, trending topics, social media, without all the clickbait, just getting to the facts, man. So today, first, we're going to start with Dennis Spurling pushing back on Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett and Dr. Umar Johnson surrounding the Karmelo Anthony trial. And then we're going to get into this explosive debate between Donovan Sharpe and Fatty. And I even joined the panel and I went back and forth with Donovan Sharpe as well, because I had to call out some of the racial biases that he was displaying. And he was accusing Taz the GOAT, Fatty, and everybody else on the panel. But he said, y'all chimping. He was making monkey sounds. I don't know what's going on. And he had to concede to say, Uda, you right there. I may have been showing some racial epithets as well. So salute to y'all. Salute to everybody. Let's get right into this conversation. Make sure y'all all are dropping a like. Make sure we are subscribing to Uda On Go. I want everybody voting on the poll. I want everyone voting on the poll because I want to know what you're thinking. I will be changing the poll question. There's a question in there as well. You can write it in the comments. I want everybody in the comment section dropping likes, sharing if you can. And this is what it's all about. Good day to everybody. Hopefully you all woke up on the right side of the bed. Okay. And hopefully we're all in a good mood. And if I can bring you to a good mood, I'll try, because we're covering something that's serious. But I always try to find a way to make us kind of, have a good mood going through anything that we're going through. So salute to everybody. And I appreciate everybody for being here right now. So let's get right into Dennis Spurling first, and then we're going to get into Donovan Sharpe. And
video. Are you familiar with Dr. Umar?
Oh yeah, I'm very familiar with Dr. Umar. I have great respect for Dr. Umar. However, I think oftentimes people will take a narrative and run with it because it creates likes and views.
Salute to the Queen Mal. Appreciate you starting it off early with a super chat, sending that love. I appreciate your love. You already know. I just got to highlight you, Queen. Salute to you.
Mm-hmm. And I understand that, but I am not interested in causing chaos or conflict where it's unnecessary. There's enough out there. Now, the media narrative around Kason Allison and Karmelo Anthony is not just comparing sentences. One young man was charged with murder, and he ended up with, I believe it's aggravated assault or something. I have to check real quick in my notes. But bottom line is the white teenager stabbed somebody. He got 10 years. The black teenager stabbed somebody. He got 35 years. Okay. But it's a lot more to that. And I think if we talked about the facts, if you guys want to go into that level of detail, we can do that. But, he was convicted of manslaughter. I'm sorry, he was convicted of criminal negligent homicide He was charged with manslaughter, and he was also charged with murder. But the jury found the lesser included charge of criminally negligent homicide. Now, Karmelo Anthony, he was charged with murder and manslaughter, and that's within the range of based on the facts that the prosecution have, and he ended up with the murder charge. But I think people are missing the fact that just because one is white, one is black, there were similar ages and it happened similar time period in the state of Texas. They don't understand the facts. And if I introduce some facts, I think you guys will understand why the jury found differently. So it's not just a black and white question. That's my thing.
Right. And so that's what I want.
Nasty work with the case in Allison case. He got 2 years. 2 years for negligent homicide. 2 years. Okay. But he had a weapon that was 5.5 inches. All right. They accelerated it. He ended up getting 8 more years. But what he was convicted of was only 2 years that he could face maximum for that. But the crime was so gruesome as well. They accelerated it to 8 more years. He got 10 years total. Okay. And he planned and premeditated what he did. Okay. But yet Karmelo Anthony, automatically they charged him with M1 and automatically deliberated for how long? Under 3 hours. And he gave him 35 years. So think about that. Is it about skin tone? Many people are making that argument. I'll leave that up to you to let me know what you think about that.
And I know we don't have a whole lot of time, but what are the major differences in the case that made one case like Karmelo Anthony got 35 years for murder, and the other case he didn't get that. He got get 10 years. Less than 10 years, right?
Well, actually, he got 2
years, right? Okay.
But the judge gave him an enhancement for using an aggravated weapon. So that kid was going to walk out of there in a year. And let me just tell you something. When you really hear about the facts of the case, he probably should have been found innocent.
Ooh, okay.
Whoa, Dennis Spurling. He should have been found innocent. Lured the boy to the bathroom, even though he testified for himself, saying that he felt like he was trapped and he couldn't get out. That's what he said for his own self. But I'm saying, though, he would have been out in 1 year based on what the jury convicted Kaysen of. 2 years only. He'd have been out in a year after taking a child's life on school grounds, same way, with a weapon, same thing.
I think the only reason he went to jail is because the jury said, hey, you know what? This is a body, and we're just not going to let people in the state of Texas. And that's when, you never want to be tried by a jury, because if you look at the breakdown and what really happened, well, let me do this. Let's recap Karmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. So that incident happened on April 2nd, 2025. It was a stabbing at a Frisco track meet north of Dallas, which is a suburb. The place is, that county has about 1.2 million people. So it's not a small town. There's about 250,000 people in Frisco itself. So that's not a small town. It's not a small county. Karmelo stabbed, both of them were 17 at the time. According to the coroner, the knife entered the right side of his body, chest, and penetrated the I forget what the name of the actual
one of the chambers of his heart.
Yeah, one of the chambers of his heart. And it happened during a track meet in Frisco at Cockendall Stadium. It was a rainy day. And there's 20, 30 witnesses. Plenty of places to go. You could have went up, you could have went down, you could have got out of there. There was no lead up to that. They just met each other. There was no prior feud. They didn't know each other. Okay? I want you to remember that. This was an incident. It happened spontaneous. They didn't know each other. Karmelo had a weapon. He had a knife. Okay? He had a knife. All right, Austin didn't know he had a knife. None of the witnesses testified that Austin Metcalf had a knife, a gun, a bat, a pair of chopsticks. He had nothing. Okay. Now there's been some internet rumor that, Karmelo is being jumped, but the 20 witnesses that testified, even his own witnesses, nobody said that he was being jumped. If we look at the video, it lasted about 4 or 5 seconds. But in that particular case, you got a dead body, you got a murder weapon, you got an admission that he did it, you got an autopsy report proving causation, and on top of that, you got 20 witnesses in a video. So how do you get around that? Okay, in what state does that person walk free, scot-free? Okay, pretty much nowhere. Okay, so now...
And Mr. Spurling, before you go on, because you mentioned the knife, you mentioned that's also been a point of contention by some pretty big names. Another attorney is pushing back against that. Take a look at this next clip. This is Jasmine Crockett.
Rep. Crockett, you might have seen that Karmelo Anthony was sentenced to 35 years. I want to get your reaction to the trial and the verdict.
My heart breaks for so many reasons. And so I was just speaking to a student that is shadowing me who wants to be a public defender. And so it takes me back to what actually made me decide to get into this legislative work in the first place, because I know that our systems are broken. And what we saw with that verdict is the evidence of a broken system. Now listen, from everything that I understand, which I wasn't at the trial because obviously I got a day job, but it's my understanding that Karmelo ended up stabbing, puncturing, I don't know what this tool was that they talk about, knife, or some refer to it as a tool. He ended up hitting Austin one time, and it was about where he hit him. One time, 2 inches. This wasn't someone who said, hey, let me stab you 5, 6, 7 times. And so when you're looking at the punishment range, there's a reason in Texas that it goes from 5 to 99 or life, because you are looking at how intentional, like how bad was this? 35 years for a kid who had decided to go under a tent that was not his team's tent as it was raining, and simply didn't want to be put out in the rain by some random kid that he didn't know who was larger than him.
Okay. So I wanted to bring that up because
2 facts. Let's just clear up 2 facts. He punctured the right ventricle of his heart. That's first thing. The next thing is that Karmelo Anthony's coaches were negligent. They didn't bring his tent and put up his tent, They said that they didn't have the manpower to put up the tent. They're part to blame for this whole situation that happened between these 2 children. You know that, right? Why don't you put up the tent? If the prosecution is going to say that each tent serves as a locker room and they're trying to make that fly, that a tent is a locker room with everybody going under everybody's tents, why doesn't his team, Centennial, why don't they have their tent? Sad, bro. Just a sad situation on both sides, man, regardless of what we think about it. Sad on both sides.
You were talking about the wound, and she's intentionally saying that multiple times, because in the Allison case, the stabbing detailed he stabbed, there were multiple wounds, but whereas in Karmelo Anthony's, it was a single chest stab. Now she's saying because it's a single chest stab, that also should have led to a lesser sentence. What are your thoughts there?
Well, did he die?
Right. Now, to your point, Dennis, attorney, some people would say they both died. Both victims died in both cases. And there were 2 knives, one knife each case had a knife. Each case involved young men, teenagers, if you will. Of course, the location and the geography were different. One was an outside tent area, a track. One was inside of a school restroom. So people would say that this is what's being out there in the, I guess, in the media sphere, if you will.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's a lot to that. The
big thing. I want to just wait a minute, Nicole. I'm sorry. What were you saying, Dennis? I want to hear, because I want to address these. These are some of the similarities that people are pointing out.
Well, first of all, let's establish that in the state of Texas, a dangerous weapon is legally defined as a weapon under Texas Penal Code subsection or section 1.07, and that includes a firearm or anything manifestly designed, made, or adapted for the purpose of inflicting death or serious bodily injury. And the second definition is anything that in the manner of its use or intended use is capable of causing death or serious bodily injury. Let me ask you a question. Is a baseball bat a deadly weapon?
Yes.
It could be.
Is a car a deadly weapon?
Yes.
Could be.
So both of those fall under anything that in the manner of its use or intended use is capable of causing death or serious bodily injury. That's the only thing I'm looking for.
Mm.
So what the honorable congresswoman is suggesting is that, oh, he only stabbed him once. Okay, well, there's another part of the law that says you take the victim as you find him. Okay, he's dead. We have a body, we have a deadly weapon being produced in a conflict, and we have another person who is unarmed. So that's where the rationale starts and stops. We don't go into, oh, well, he only killed him a little bit. What if I told you, you're just a little pregnant, just a little bit pregnant. You're not pregnant all the way. How much sense does that make? If you got a 15-year-old daughter and she said, Mom, I'm just a little pregnant. Don't be mad at me. How would that make you feel? Huh? I'd be like, you don't sit yourself, you are all the way or nothing. You're dead.
Right.
But and that's pretty much the way the court looks at it. We're not gonna play these semantic games. You die. Whether you die by rat poison, AK-47, get pushed off a cliff, somebody killed you, you're dead. Right. So let's not get sidetracked, because people have itineraries and they have agendas. But let me help you out. So we understand what happened in this young man Anthony's situation. They didn't know each other. We can all agree with that, right? These two boys just ran up on each other and it happened. Case and Allison.
Did they not know each other? How we know that? How do we really know that? Defense did a shite of a job, so we're not going to go into that. But one of the defensive photos is Eddie and Karmelo, two opposite teams. Eddie being on Austin Hunter's team is sitting with Karmelo next to each other at a track meet. They're kids. How we know that? Karmelo was a good player and a good track star, right? Why would they not? They all playing sports. Why would they not know each other? They probably did know each other. Who knows if they ran into each other or had a run-in with each other or got into any kerfuffle with each other. That's something else. But we on school grounds. You at track meets and all type of stuff. Come on, bro. You probably seen each other. Probably know of each other. Why is that so hard to believe? Shout out to We Unlock Nation. Why is that so hard to believe? You didn't know mad people in your school that you never spoke to like that? You didn't see people on campuses? You didn't go to other schools and see people? Come on, bro. Think about that. I just think the defense did a lackluster job to bring a lot of things home. That's just me and my own opinion.
And Jose Ramirez had a prior relationship, not relationship like anything like that, but they knew each other. So let me give you a scenario. So on April 22nd, mind you, the stabbing happened at Belton High School on May 3rd, 2022. Okay, what the media is not telling you is that Kaysen and Jose Ramirez, they went to school together. They had some prior run-ins, and one in particular stands out. Prom night, there was a conflict. Okay, it was a conflict between Kaysen, Allison, and Jose Ramirez, and allegedly began at an after party. Now in Texas, prom kind of precedes the graduation. I believe they were going to graduate at the end of May. I think it was May 29th, 2022. And so here's your prom, April. Everybody's a senior. And the jury heard testimony that they had a heated argument at the after prom party. Okay. And one of Ramirez's friends pulled a pew-pew on Allison. Okay, so now I want you to picture that. I want you to hear me out. Okay. One of your friends pulls a gun on you. One of his friends. That's what they're saying. And let me tell you how this information came out. So in the middle of the trial, there was an evidentiary hearing. I assume that the defense counsel wanted to introduce a recording where it stated that Kaysen had a gun pulled on him by one of Ramirez's friends at this after prom party. Okay, there was a big to-do. They cleared the jury out, and they argued, and the judge ended up letting it in because the state was arguing there's no authentication for it. And the jury and the defense counsel said, yes, there is. Bottom line is the jury heard, and I want everybody to listen to me. The jury, who is the finder of fact, heard that Jose Ramirez's friends, whom he was with at the time, pulled a gun on Case and Allison. Can everybody say dangerous weapon?
Okay? Dangerous weapon.
Dangerous weapon. All right, so now that's in April 22nd, 2022. So at some point, Allison sends a text message to one of his friends because this conflict is ongoing. He said, bro, bring me a gun. Why would he say bring me a gun? Because remember what happened on the after prom, one of old buddy's friends pulled a gun on him. And this conflict is escalating. All right. Mm-hmm. On the day of the stabbing, keep in mind, prom is probably middle of April, late April. We talking a couple of weeks later. The beef is still going. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's May 3rd, 2022. This is the day of the stabbing at Belton High School. These are the facts. This is what the jury heard, not what the internet said. This is what the jury heard. The jury heard this boy is still going to school with the dude and the group of dudes that allegedly pulled a gun on. This is what the jury heard. What is his mindset at that point? Okay. He telling his homeboy, look, I need a gun too. They got one, I got one. Now, on the day of the actual stabbing, it was a mutual agreement between Allison and Ramirez, which is Case and Allison. We're going to meet up after school, not in school, after school, and handle our business. So at that point, Kaysen armed himself with a knife. Now, what was his mindset? The homeboys just pulled a pin, and this is what the jury heard. This is the jury is sitting there saying, well, you know, he did say he pulled a gun on him. So what would be your mindset? You got your home, you asked your friend to bring you a gun. You obviously you didn't have one. So what did you do? You armed yourself with the next best thing. He armed himself with a knife. Now here's how it went down. They're in Belton High School. All right. His friend Biddle, this is what the jury heard, not me. His friend who was with him, I believe the last name was Biddle. Mind you, all these men these were 18-year-olds. No, they're not 17. They were going to the bathroom, and when they got in the bathroom, they met up with Jose Ramirez. The testimony was it was accidental. They didn't know they were there. When the guys finished using the bathroom, the two young guys finished using the restroom, the other guys wouldn't let them leave. Jose Ramirez had 5 people in there. It was him plus 4 others. And it was Case and Allison and his one friend. They finished going to the bathroom. They tried to leave. Those other guys wouldn't let them leave. This is what the jury heard. So now you got a 5-on-2. Okay? Now, what is Kaysen thinking? When was the last time he saw all these dudes? I'm not saying when. When was the last time? What happened at the last conflict?
The gun.
Somebody did what?
Right. Somebody threatened to bring a gun or
no, somebody.
Dangerous weapon.
No, they heard, the jury heard that one of the friends had pulled a gun on him.
Right.
So if you're Kaysen, right, you get hit, your friend tries to break up the fight, he gets hit by the other guy. So Ramirez hit Kaysen, right? Wouldn't let him go, hit him. They wouldn't let him out. Biddle tries to break up the fight between Jose and Jose Ramirez's stepbrother hits his friend Biddle. So now you got 2 people on 2, but you got 3 other dudes in there with you that's backing you up. And guess who thinks you have a gun?
Case and Allison.
Right. So put yourself in the mindset of that young man. So he pulled out the knife and he hit him. I think he hit him in the lungs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
Dennis, stop the damn butter biscuits, bro. Let's keep it a gangster with each other. First of all, his friend is the one who pulled out the weapon on him, not Jose Ramirez. What are you talking about? So why you ain't go poke the person that pulled the weapon on you? You over here busy poking somebody else up, right? The person, if they had a strap on them, they'd be unaliving you anyway. So you'd be gone anyway. Why wouldn't you go for the person that actually pulled out the weapon on you if he was present in there? Jose Ramirez never pulled out no weapon on you. I don't listen to these butter biscuits, bro. Skip forward, bro. He over here shucking and jiving. I ain't got time for it, bro. Skip past that. I don't hear about no cases.
Carmelo didn't know Austin. There was never any production. He didn't think he had a weapon on him. And so he just pulled a knife and shot and hit him in the chest with the blade. That's a very different scenario. You don't have a lead up. You have a one-time incident. Now, the other thing is Kaysen was convicted of Case in Allison wasn't convicted of murder because the jury realized that this is self-defense. If I reasonably believe that my life is in danger, the jury is asking the question at the moment. How do you feel at that moment? You're in the bathroom, you and your boy, you get hit, your homeboy get hit, you think these other people have a gun, and so you pull out your knife and stab them and get up out of there because there's still 4 other dudes in there once you finish with this one. So I'm supposed to stab him once, let him get up, stab him again, see if he dead,
Bro, what happened? I remember one day me and my friend went to fought like 14 people. What happened to that? That's first of all. But he's not the one that pulled out the weapon on you, regardless of the fact. How do you justify that, bro? Jose Ramirez didn't pull out the gun on you, bro. His friend did. Why don't you do that to the friend and not Jose Ramirez? Is it really self-defense? I don't know, bro. I'm just going to leave that to y'all, man. I'm just going to leave that there for y'all to think about in your own head. Okay? RIP to Jose Ramirez. I wasn't a juror in the case, but I'm just saying, he wasn't the one that even had the weapon, bro. They said Biddle was actually trying to break it up. His homeboy is the one that hit him first. So he got it popping. Your homeboy set it off. He accelerated the situation. He got it popping first. Kaysen's homeboy. He just set out his own mouth. Dennis Spurling. Is it self-defense? Think about it, bro.
It's not a test case. You're out of there. You see? And again, they have something called this concept that self-defense is an imperfect defense. What that means is you're allowed to make mistakes. You're allowed to act as a reasonable person. Sometimes reasonable people are wrong. The question is, did you, in their mind, act as a reasonable person would to preserve your life? Did you think you were in danger? Is there reason to believe you're in danger? Obviously so. Pulled the gun on you before. You 5 deep against you and your homeboy. They hit you, hit your homeboy. They don't care about nothing. You don't know what they have on. This is what the jury heard. I'm just trying to help y'all go through what the jury heard. Now, the other thing I want to throw out there is that this particular county is 40% white, about 25% black, and 35% Hispanic. So if we go by the makeup of the county, because there's no evidence as to what the jury makeup was, we're looking at a mixed jury. You got a white boy and a Hispanic, a white young man and a white. I'm gonna go on here and use what I can to spare my life. That's what happened. See the difference?
It's crazy.
You protected yourself. You brought a knife to a gunfight, and you end up walking out of there alive. Okay, think about that. So I'm thinking, and I don't know the jury makeup, so this is purely speculative. Imagine you have somebody pull a gun on you in April. You got to.
Why is that? Why didn't we know that? And I have my own thoughts about it, but why is that? And of course, the main narrative that we hear in the media, on social media, no good deed goes unpunished, or never let a tragedy go to waste.
Yeah, never let a tragedy go to waste. You know, and people benefit from this. I don't see none of these people like Karmelo Anthony. None of these people like Jose Ramirez. None of these people like the Austin Metcalf. They just doing it for clicks and likes. It feeds a mantra, it feeds an air, but these are real life people that are suffering. And you know,
but what we have seen.
So Dennis, what are you doing it for, sir? $1 million question. What are you doing it for? You ain't doing it for clicks and views. You're not doing it for hit the cash app. You're not doing it for that too, bro. Everybody always looking at somebody else like they the ones, bro. Everybody's Casa Sosa in this movie that we living in. We all are. Because no, it's never about me. It's always about thee. Think about this. What the hell Dennis doing it for? Think about that. Man, Dennis, get your ass up off my screen, bro. Tired of this dude. Tired of this dude. Straight. Let's listen to Umar Johnson in a second while I load up the next video. Yo, Megan Metcalf, though. Listen, bro. Every video, I got to bring up this. Caping for her son, Hunter, okay? After he threatened cheerleaders, okay? You seen this? This is nasty work, y'all. This is nasty work. Let me move the banner. Okay, so I can just read this real quick before we go into the next video. We went into a debate between Donovan Sharpe and Fatty. Taz the GOAT ended up jumping in there. They went back and forth. Some racial biases going on. I hit the panel and talked with Glenn Lawrence and Donovan Sharpe as well and called him out on some of the racist things that he was even doing after he was saying that other people was racist. Come on, Donovan, you got to do better, brother. Got to do better. All right, cool. The other cheerleaders and I have tried to make an effort to stay supportive and spirited throughout the football season. They're talking about Hunter Metcalf and his brother. Okay, this is mainly about Hunter, though, and his mother caped and capped for him. Glossed over it. Didn't do nothing. Didn't even say she disciplined her damn son. Creating a damn monster out here. Nasty work. Stay supportive throughout the football season. However, the disrespect that we feel coming from some of the football players is making it very difficult today. After our game against Liberty, some of us cheerleaders in uniform went to Canes while talking amongst ourselves about the loss. Hunter Metcalf stood up and yelled at my friend and fellow varsity student that she is a fat biatch. And don't understand, she said, I don't understand what triggers his rages. Okay. I don't understand what triggers his rages. Means she's seeing multiple rages, yo. It's not no one-time thing. But to yell unprovoked made us all really, really scared and frightened. Okay? Think about this. I want you to think about what she's saying. Why wasn't his character called into question? Why wasn't it called into question? Why did the defense call Hunter's character into question? It's a big question. The main part of this, besides two main parts of this, one part is that one of the football players told us that Hunter said that his hands were bisexual, implying that both boys and girls could get it. Okay. The bottom part, I would also appreciate if my name stays confidential, as I fear what would happen if he found out, or if they found out, of what they would do. They would do, him and his brother. Even though his mother, Megan Metcalf, is going to be jumping around and dancing around for her son. We know that mothers do that for their child. That's nasty work. That's absolutely nasty work, all right? Cool. Now, I got to read that. I don't think I'm going to read that on every video. If you like it, if you want to stay to like that or not. That's nasty work. Cool. Let's get to this Fatty and this Donovan Sharpe, because we can actually hear some debating going on, and we got to get to him. Butter biscuit in for the Case and Allison case. Kick rocks, bro. The homie didn't pull up the hammer on you. The homie did. So if the homie still had the hammer, you would have been poking him out, and your ass would have been in the upper room anyway, Case, and your ass wouldn't be in jail doing 10 years. Let's keep it a fact. Let's keep it a fact. Regardless of what that jury thought, let's keep that a fact. Cool.
I really don't remember debating you. Do you remember debating me?
Yes.
Okay, what did we debate about? And I'm not being facetious. I genuinely, I really do not know.
It was on something racial. I don't remember too. It was not.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, it was probably short. All right, go on.
Nobody on the panel thought he was in. Let me know when I can talk. I'm on my best behavior, so I don't chimp out. Can you allow me to talk? Let me know when I can.
There you go. You can talk. You may speak.
You have no idea what you're reacting to. Nobody on that panel actually thought he was innocent. Everybody thought he was guilty.
Let me interrupt you there. No. Your guy goat thought he was innocent. What about him?
No.
Yeah. No. Hold on. When Andrew Wilson asked him, would your opinion change even if he had a gun? He said nope. And then he said, yeah, Austin Metcalf deserved what he got. And then when Andrew asked him, when you asked him how many years he thought Karmelo Anthony should have got, well, I didn't think I thought he should have got 0 years. That to me, my friend, sounds like a person on your panel, if not more, that thought Karmelo was innocent. Please continue.
Everybody thought he was guilty. We just disagreed on the amount of time they would do. It looks like we.
What about the guy who said 0? What about the guy who said 0? I thought it deserved 0 time.
Donovan, you are a.
No. Answer. No. Answer the question. You told no. Stop talking. You said that everybody thought he was guilty. Okay. Then you said we disagreed on the amount of time. If a person on your panel says I don't think he should have got any time, that right there says that he thinks he's not guilty.
Let me know it's my time to talk.
Go on.
A lot of people are guilty and they get no time.
Both of them are
a lot of people are considered guilty of doing something and they get no time. Andrew said that he should have the death penalty. All people on the panel thought he was guilty. We was just disagreeing on the laws and technicalities. If this is a murder, if this is manslaughter, if this is self-defense. So once again, we all thought he should do some time. 8 of us.
Except, don't you yell at me. Don't you yell at me. What's wrong with you? I'm going to tell you one more time. That motherfucker thought Karmelo was innocent. That racist. You're not going to sit here and tell me that everybody thought he was guilty. That dude, the goat or whatever the is, trying to act.
First of all, slow down, Donovan. Why are you so hyped, son? Everybody's going to have their opinion. Some people come in my chat say, he deserved 100 years in life. Bro, everybody's going to have their opinion. Do you think I jump down their neck for everything that everybody says, bro? That's Taz's opinion on it. Okay. Does that mean that's everybody's opinion because that was Taz's opinion? That don't represent the whole panel. That just represents Taz and how Taz feels. What's wrong with Donovan Sharpe? Tell me what's wrong with him. Does that mean you say everybody's chimping out and you putting out sound effects? Even with Serena Williams, when she was celebrating, he said that she was doing monkey business and chimping around. And I went and pressed them about that too. I said, yo, what are you talking about, bro? And then Glenn Lawrence is there, the white guy. He's asked the question by Fatty to say, yo, bro, what do you think about him, Donovan Sharpe, saying that Serena was a chimp and all this type of, and you doing these derogatory statements about Serena Williams because she just celebrating her that she caught a score. He's like, oh, you know, I don't really know. Obviously, you and this man is best friends. You and Donovan, y'all friends, right? Obviously, you ain't this color, Glenn Lawrence. But that's nasty work. That's nasty work. It just goes to show you how people think. So all the things that they point and things that people saying that they racist and they chimping out and all of these things, they are the ones that are guilty of doing it. That's why you want to point that finger to everybody else, because you the real racist. You're the real racist. Whether other people are racist, okay, y'all can all get in a pot and swim together. It's all good, bro. But you racist too. Or at least you display it. So what's the difference? A pot and a kettle? One calling each other what? White and black? I don't know, bro. Y'all both on the stove. That's all I know. Let's get back to this.
Like he was trying to talk like a lawyer. He thought Karmelo Anthony was not guilty. You are not going to sit here and tell me. You are not going to sit here and tell me that he thought Karmelo Anthony was guilty. 100%. No, I don't talk about nothing else. Talk about the GOAT. The GOAT thought Karmelo Anthony was innocent. Yes or no?
No, he said he was guilty. He's on the transcript. And why you focus on one person when you have 7 other people on the...
Yeah, because you said the reason why I'm focusing on one person is because you said everybody on my panel says that he's guilty. All we disagreed on was the time. Dude, you know what? Stay right there. I'm gonna pull that debate right back up.
Interrupted, please. What do you think? 35 years?
Remember, he's gonna pull it back up. The whole thing that Donovan said was that Fatty and his panelists are racist, and they all saying that Karmelo's innocent or whatever the case may be. All right. Karmelo did something. Is he innocent? No, he did something. All right. But was it self-defense? Was it him standing his grounds? Just like Casey and Allison did something, right? And they said he was doing self-defense. They gave him 2 years for negligent homicide, and they enhanced the charges and gave him 8+ more years. He got 10 years, right? Was he innocent, Casey and Allison? No, he wasn't. But the jury still found that he was defending himself. See what I'm saying here? He was defending himself. This is the difference. Okay? Those kids was bullies. Hunter himself was a bully. Hunter himself had some issues. Hunter himself would go off and fly off the damn handles with his own mother said it. I'm going to bring up the video later. You can listen to it for yourself. His own mama said it. And if you ain't going to listen to what a mother say about her own son, I don't give a hell what you going to tell me about somebody. That's his own mama. I don't even want to hear from your father if your mama tell me something about you, brother. Tell your father send a postcard. Send his message in the mail. And I hope it never come. Hope the mailman goes to sleep on that day. You see what I'm saying? Let's keep it real with each other, bro. Facts is facts, man.
It was too much.
Oh, do you think 35 years was too much? This was your words, Fatty, not him.
Or you actually have a different idea?
Yeah, it's definitely too much. So I understand why he got 35 years. The inadequate defense that he was given is why he got 35 years.
I think it's too much.
Got any time.
I'm actually of the belief that he shouldn't have gotten any time. What is your response to that, Fatty? This is, hold on. Your assertion was everyone on my panel thought he was guilty. And if you want to split, no. If you want to split straw, if you want to split hairs and talk about, well, what this meant, no. This dude literally, hold on. Let me play it for you again, since this is some shit that you like to do. I can't believe I don't remember debating
I
that.
believe That's why he got 35 years. I'm actually of the belief that he shouldn't have got any time.
I'm actually of the belief that he shouldn't have gotten any time.
I do believe that as the innocent party just sitting there, the aggressor is the person that walked up to him. And
the innocent party sitting there, Fatty, the innocent party. He just said Austin Metcalf was the aggressor. He just characterized Karmelo Anthony as the innocent party. What about that tells you that he thinks Karmelo Anthony is guilty, sir?
Because during the debate of a 3 hour, he actually said, and once again, you are mischaracterizing his words, that he understands why he actually got 35 years.
Just because he said
he should be guilty, like you were guilty of committing a bunch of crimes, and you walk scot-free because for whatever reason, the legal system doesn't want you inside of the jail or of the prison. People are considered guilty all the time, and they get parole, and they get no time, and they get time off convict, like happens all the time.
Okay, so
what are you talking about?
So your assertion is that Goat thinks he was guilty, but he shouldn't. So he should have been convicted of first-degree murder, but got no time. Is that what you're saying?
No, because he disagrees with the murder. That's the point.
And if he disagrees with the murder, that means he thinks he's not guilty. He literally just said, Fatty, the innocent party. Let me play it again for you. See, guys, this is why we say these motherfuckers are low IQ. Fatty, you think you're smart, bro? You're not smart, man. You're not slick, bro. This just said the innocent party. You are not gonna sit here and tell me. Listen, I'm gonna play it for you one more time.
Slurs. He's going off. Monkeys, chimping. These are the things that's getting blurred and muted. I hope y'all know this. This is what's getting blurred and muted. Shout out to We Unlock Nation. But on this same live, because We Unlock said, what race, what ethnicity-wise, what is he? He said, I used to be a real ninja until I started to think better, and I've never been locked up since. I've never been in no trouble. I ain't say locked up. He said, I've never been in no trouble since. Guess he was locked up at one point. But I'm just saying, or arrested at least. He said he ain't never been in no trouble. Because I was looking at him, I didn't know what Donovan Sharpe is. I see the name Sharpe, so I'm thinking he got some blackness in him. Maybe he's mixed. Maybe he could be black. I don't know. But he said he used to be a real ninja. And he changed his mind, and he hate ninjas. So you decide what you think he is or what he think he is. Okay? You decide for yourself. Shout out to We Unlock Nation for the super chat. I appreciate that, bro.
Same as it also. Thank you very much once again. I hope y'all having fun. Support the content creators that y'all watching, respectively. Everyone in the chat. By the way, thank you very
much. And send your friends too.
Much for the kindness, and appreciate it. Taz, uninterrupted, please. What do you think? 35 years was too much, or you actually have a different idea?
It's definitely too much. So I understand why he got 35 years. The inadequate defense that he.
The reason why he said he understands why he got 35 years is because of the inadequate defense and not because of Karmelo's guilt. That's what he literally just said. I'm playing the recording for you. We can move on from this if you just acknowledge, hey, you know what? We had a panel of 8 people, 7 out of 8.
That's partially true. I feel the same way, bro. His defense was lackluster. I think his defense was shite. Yes, it was trash, bro. If his defense did any better, he wouldn't have 35 years in jail, no matter what the crime was. That's just period. That don't make me racist. That don't make nobody a racist. That's just what we feel. If you feel the same way that I do, that's just regular. What are you talking about? The defense brought up in the opening arguments that he had a weapon because he was camping. Never mentioned it again, never said nothing else about it, never drove that point home to understand what was his mindset. Why the hell did he have that knife at all? What are you talking about? The defense brought up 14 photographs. The prosecution brought up 58 photos. 13 of the photographs the defense brought up was all about Eddie. Eddie and me. You ain't got no other photographs you can bring up. Only Eddie. Eddie. We understand that you got to prove that he wasn't just going in the tent to be aggressive and he didn't have that intention, which I believe he didn't go there with that intention. You didn't see it kick off from the very beginning when we watched the videotape. That's just facts, right? So I get that you have to prove the connection between him and Eddie, and that Eddie is one of those people that's lying on that damn stand. But there's no other photos you can bring up. No character witnesses that you can call. Nobody that can speak to Karmelo's character and who he is as a person. Because if Karmelo was all of the people that people online are calling him, people calling him King Bonds and all type of shit, angry man, call his ass the happy man, at least soon gonna be the quiet man. Why didn't the prosecution bring up all those things from his past, that he had this speckled past and his dark past? Because it's not true. He wasn't this person in his past. And trust me, they didn't want to go into them twins' past. So we would have seen who was the real King Bonds, who was the real bullies, who was the real aggressors in that whole situation. Karmelo was in a situation, if Dennis Spurling believed that Casey and Allison was in a situation like that, then Karmelo was in a situation like that as well, whether he had a weapon pulled on him or not. We don't know what's going on underneath that tent for real, but whether he had it pulled or not, he had, first of all, twin brothers. That means you're getting jumped anyway. We twins, bro. If I pop on you, my twin brother's popping on you. There's a high possibility chance of that. Yes or no? If you see twin brothers and they talking to you like they getting kicked up with you, 9 times out of 10, you think that if one pop, the next one's gonna pop. That's just facts, bro. That's just facts. Besides anybody else, we seen them walk in with 5 people, 3 people. The first people that walked in, and then 2 people was the last 2, Hunter and his friend. First people was Austin and 2 more people. It's reason to believe that you could be jumped, bro. Whether he got jumped or not, it's reason to believe it. And you in a state like Texas, which is stand your grounds. What are you talking about, bro? It's reason to believe that. And the saddest thing is that he never got a chance to testify for himself, because this is where we all have the questions in our minds. The Metcalf family have the questions in their mind. Maybe Karmelo's family know because he spoke to them, right? Because he was home on bond the whole time while he was waiting to face the trial. But that's a question that we all want answered. But maybe it's a good thing that he didn't testify at first, because if he does get a new trial and the judge has to recuse himself, because they set the motion for the judge to recuse himself, Judge Roach, right? Because he'd be the one making the decision on the new trial. He was the trial judge. So you got to recuse yourself. We need a new judge to make a decision on that. If he does get a new trial, then the prosecutors don't have his testimony to break down, to sift through, and to use against him. So that's a part of the strategy. If that was a part of the strategy, take the L in the first run to maybe come back on the second half of it. Maybe you could get him something different. Maybe he could get an appeal. Maybe he could get a sentence change. Maybe he can get a new trial. That could be possible. But that defense was shite, bro. Let's just keep it real with each other, man. Just being honest, bro. And I always say RIP to Austin Metcalf. I'm not racist, bro. Even if his father wants to be, bro. I always say RIP to them. They both 2 young kids. I don't think that he needs to be dead, and I don't think that Karmelo needs to be serving 35 years. And I'm going to stand on that, bro. I'm going to stand on it. But Austin didn't know that day, him putting his hands on somebody, he would be unalived. If he knew, he would have kept his hands to himself. He'd have listened to that other witness that said, Austin, hold on. I don't think you should do that. I think he got something. We wouldn't be hearing on the 911 call. They said, Austin tried to make a move. Why did he try to make that move? What made him feel in a position that it was his prerogative to want to move that young boy? Why? Why did he get a staff member? Why? Why did he go get an adult? Why? And if Karmelo knew poking him, but maybe that's the only option he felt. We don't know his mindset. But Karmelo knew that he was getting 35 years for that right there. Trust me, man. People have rethought the whole situation. They was young kids. We watched grown adults make mistakes. We are putting the weight of the world on our children and children. That's what we putting the weight of the world on. These were 2 children. That's what it was, man. Let's just keep it real. But we don't know what Karmelo could have felt. The cheerleaders know that they bully type guys. Why couldn't Karmelo have heard about them? People hear about other people from other schools, you know. You wasn't in school, heard about some kids from other school. You never heard about kids going to other schools trying to jump kids and fight and all types of stuff like that. Some kids never came up to your school trying to start trouble. What school you went to? You had white picket fences around your school? You never heard of kids going to other schools starting trouble. So you never heard of other kids from other schools that was bullies and started trouble and stuff like that. Even though you probably never met them, even though you probably didn't see them or whatever, you probably heard of them. You never heard of that? If the girls know that he has these rages, seems constant, why couldn't other students have heard about their reputations? Want me to show you the entrance video when Austin and Hunter's walking in and how they strutting in there like this? Like they own the joint? You want me to show you that? You gotta look at demeanors. Everything ain't gotta be, you can't hear everything, bro. You have to use your eyes. That's why animals live. They don't gotta wait till the shit get on their ass. They ain't gotta wait for that, bro. They peep the energy. They smell it in the air. So let's just keep it real. His own mother said, you know, Hunter, This is how he does. And if he feels he's being disrespected, he can lash out and fly off the handles. That's what his mother said, bro. She said that Austin's actually the cooler-headed one. Queen Sheba met a woman, because she's from Texas. She met a woman that was, I think, taught at Memorial High School, which is Austin's school, and said, Hunter's really that one. He's really the Chucky of the two. And Austin is really more of a sweetheart. But then we watch Hunter go on the news and say, he my protector. He always protect me in everything I did. So did you take advantage of that? Were you the one pushing the situation? Because you the one that initially pressed him, Hunter Metcalf. So you part the blame of him being unalive. If Karmelo's part the blame too. Y'all both sharing that blame. And your mama and your father, sir. Yeah. Yeah. Because they caping and capping for some bullshit that you doing. Even if I was out in the streets doing some wrong shit, my mother never caped and capped for the shit. You told me, listen, do better, do something. You got to speak to our children. We got to put them on the right path. You got to talk to us. And we as children don't talk to our parents about a lot of things that we feeling and what we going through. Because I bought a knife to school when I was 12. And it wasn't for me. I was good. I fought. I only had one fight the whole time in junior high school. That's it. I was sweet. I was chilling. Ain't nobody bothered me. My friend that was 6 foot something, my ass was 5 foot something. He was 6 foot something, his big ass. He came to me and said, yo, son, they about to jump me, Uda. I said, who about to jump you? I think they bringing weapons and all that. You lying. He came to me because he know I was about that action. He was 12. I went home, bought my father's weapon to school, a knife that flicked out like this. The shit flicked out like this. If they had a 3.5 or Casey had a 5.5, this shit must have been a 10.5 because this shit flicked out like this. This was the blade when it flicked out. This remote flicks out like this. Straight. The biggest knife I ever seen, son, a flick out knife. The biggest one of those that I ever seen in my life. My father used it to cut fruits and vegetables and shit with it. Straight. He don't even use the regular kitchen knife. He used that knife. I would have probably used that. You know what happened? The security guards searched me because they used to search me a lot in school. Maybe they saved my life. Maybe they saved my freedom, bro. They searched me this day in school and held me. I got kicked out of goddamn term, expelled, whatever the hell, right? Maybe they saved my life. I was mad as hell at the time. They put me in a little ass school with wall. I was like in the 7th grade or some shit. Look, they put me in a school that had walls, ceilings this high. The chairs was little like the kindergarten chairs. I was damn near in the 7th grade, about to be in the 8th grade, bro. They put me with kindergarten chairs. They gave me work that said 1 is blue, 2 is red, and they draw a picture and you color it. And they're hanging up my work saying, Uda, you so smart. I said, what the hell I done did to myself, bro? These people got me in a baby school, bro. But why did I bring the weapon to school? Right? Because people are going to jump, people are going to act like that. So we don't know the mindset. And it wasn't for me. I bought it for a kid that was 6 foot something. Why you want to go fight one of them? I ain't never called nobody come jump nobody, come fight nobody. I want to go fight people my damn self. What are you talking about, bro? Got me kicked out of damn school, right? So that wasn't even for me. So how the hell we don't know? We don't know what Karmelo was feeling and why he bought that. And I doubt it was because of somebody else that told him. It was basically probably because of how he felt, what he was feeling, maybe moving around damn Texas, besides him going camping. We never got a chance to hear him testify. That's the saddest thing, man. Because those questions just circle around in my head all day, man. Real talk, man.
Thought he was guilty. Why are you calling us? Instead of acknowledging an objective truth, which I'm playing on the screen right now. Nope. You want to die? You want to die on this hill? No. He said he was guilty because in a 3-hour podcast he said he thinks he was guilty. I just played you right now. Listen again.
Was given is why he got 35 years. I'm actually of the belief.
There it is. The reason why he was given 35 years is because of the inadequate defense. Listen to more.
Anytime. I do believe that as the innocent party just sitting there.
He just characterized Karmelo Anthony as the innocent party. What makes you think that he thinks Karmelo Anthony is guilty if he literally just called him the innocent party?
Sir, what he said was he was not guilty of murder. The defense, his case, and instead of going for lower charges as manslaughter, self-defense, whatever you want, he went for murder. So he might be guilty of something, but he's not murder because murder doesn't include self-defense.
You're absolutely right. But guess what? He just said he said he should have got no time. Okay, so if he was guilty of involuntary manslaughter or manslaughter, guess what? That still carries a sentence. Okay, so again, I knew you were going to do this. We're splitting trial. Listen, this man just sat here and said he should have gotten no time, and then characterized him as the innocent party. Like, dude, this guy Goat thinks Karmelo is innocent. Like, I don't understand how you can't acknowledge this. Oh my God, guys, hold on, I gotta play this. Holy moly, I'm up here chipping out. Holy shit. Yeah. Go ahead, please respond.
Can I ask you a question?
No, you need to respond. You need to respond to this Goat. Listen, you can ask me a question. You know what? I'm done. You're about here, bro. See, again. See, this is why we know we can't have. No. Let it keep playing because I explain here.
What? You kicked me off the show.
Go on. You said you're going to play the whole 18 minutes. Let's hear the whole.
No, you kicked me off the show after this is monologue.
Ah, yes.
Hold on, I want to hear. We got to get.
Wait, now.
Monkey sounds. I see a few content creators doing that. All this color melanin. Sad, bro. Sad, bro. Some people think they from other places like Myron. He think he from Sudan. That is a different. Yo, bro. This is sad, bro. Chaotic Truth. He's another one. All them butter biscuits. Hold them butter biscuits, bro. Plays them same kind of sound effects. When we understand the connotation and what those sound effects mean, right? You don't have to say words when you even play those sound effects. You don't have to say words. Think of all of the Black people that lived on Earth. Think about everybody that ever took a stand and look what the hell you're doing. White people doing shit wrong too, but I'm like, all right, cool, man. Y'all white, bro. I expect it from you. But you? Just remember you talking about yourself. Some people try to say, you blacks and you. No. You talking about me, you talking about us, you talking about your own goddamn children. Know that part. Don't separate your kids, homie, from them sounds. Your kid is that same shit. What you think? You only talk about some people that's acting away? What happened if your kid act a goddamn way? You'll never have the same energy. What if your kid was Karmelo? Would you say burn him at the stakes? Make his ass get life in 99? You wouldn't say it. You wouldn't say it. You wouldn't say it. God forbid anything happens to any of our children. But would you say the same thing if it was your child? If you keep in that same energy and say, hell yeah, I said my child is ass jumping out and he a damn game and he need to go do life and burn and they need to put him at the stakes. They need to do him like Joan of Arc. They need to do him like Joan of Arc. Then I can understand you if you keep in that same energy. A lot of people are not going to keep that same energy. What's good for thee or me is never good for thee. That's the energy that humans have when we study human beings, bro. The history of human beings, man. You is okay. When it comes to me, a little touchy there. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So he's accusing them of being racist. But yeah, he's here being racist too. So when I get on the panel, I'm going to fast forward a little bit. So when I jumped on the damn panel, I spoke to his ass too. Right after Taz went up there going in, bro. You and your wife. You know what I mean? Because he got a white wife and he put it on the screen. He went in on it. You know what I'm saying? I don't be trying to. That don't mean nothing to me, bro. You black, you white, you Spanish, you Chinese, whatever, you Asian, whatever, bro. Be who you are. As long as you're a good person, you're a good person on earth, bro. There's no color on a good person to me. Just like it ain't no color on a bad person. We could be around black people all day. They shady as hell, want to do something wrong to us. Hell wrong with you. Don't matter that. You think I'm stupid or dumb? I'm not stupid nor dumb. You know what I'm saying? I think smart. But you gotta see when Taz come up there and debate him, because I come up right after Taz, because I'm in the back chat. Me and Taz are both in the back of the chat, and he brings Taz up first. Taz and him goes back and forth. Then he brings me up, and I have a conversation, and I get him to concede to say, yo, bro. He says, yeah, man, I was being racist, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I was displaying some of those same things. And me and him just had a back and forth. I didn't have to scream. I don't be wanting to scream with people, bro. A lot of people just bump their gums on YouTube. A lot of people bump their gums online. They not like that in real life, bro. They not, bro. I don't have to try to act like something. I already know the deal. Straight up. A lot of them would not want to see me in real life, bro. Trust me. It's facts, bro. I know this as a fact, son. Not no threats and promises, just a fact. I already know this. I never came to YouTube to be a thug. I never came here to be a gangster, to be this. I never came here to be this. I don't act like that. If you see me getting out my body, it's for a reason. Because just because I'm cool and I'm humbling, don't mean I won't get the rumbling. That's a different story. See what I'm saying? So I don't have nothing to prove to these people. I don't have to argue with people, bro. I give people phone numbers, addresses. I dox myself to you and say, pull your ass on up and show me something on earth. I don't give a hell what you talking about. Bumping your bubble yums, bumping your double mints. I don't care about that, sir. It means nothing to me, man. I have nothing to prove. Let's get back to them and playing these chimp sounds. Nasty work, bro. Make sure y'all all slapping that like button. I want y'all all voting. Hit the voting. I want to change the poll in a second. Make sure y'all all voting. Takes nothing to just vote. It's free. Takes nothing to like. It's free. Sharing is free. That's all. Do those things. If you want to super chat, Cash App, and all that, I appreciate everybody that does that. Salute to you. I appreciate that. If you don't, it's all right. You can still spend time with each other. Okay? I'm not the friend that's coming in. Loosen up those purse strings for me. Oh, what you got in your wallet? I need it now. I want my money. JG, work. I'm not that guy. Just make sure you're helping me the way I'm asking you. Like, hit the vote poll, and just share if you can. It's nothing. It's nothing. Thank you. Let's get back to this guy who is the same as the sound effects that he's playing when he's accusing everybody else of being that. And it's sad work, man. Sad.
No. The statement is Glenn Lawrence, this man kept muting me, dropped me, and didn't let me explain or ask questions. Why do I have to play a 5-minute monologue about him saying something, Glenn Lawrence? Why?
Well, you said you had the whole video, and we said that we're going to.
Because now, from now on, I was dropped. He kept dropping me during this conversation, and he dropped me. Why should I keep playing the rest of the video?
Right? Hold on.
That's crazy.
Hold on.
What are y'all doing?
Exactly. Before we even played this video, you said it was 18 minutes long, and I said play it at 1.5 speed in its entirety. Everybody understood that from the beginning.
Why are we playing the video, Glenn? Just to make sure.
So the audience has context of what you were saying of him not letting you speak.
So now that I was dropped, and I was dropped 20 times during this time, why do we keep have to play in the video when I'm completely out of the video?
Because we said before we even played the video that we were going to play the video in its entirety and at 1.5 speed. That's what was agreed upon.
Okay, so now so now he's going to have 5 minutes of monologue while I was kicked out of the studio, which makes no sense, but I'm going to play.
That's what if you had a timestamp. If you had a timestamp and said at 11:57, I want to end the video because after that he kicked me off. If you said that in the very beginning, we would have agreed to that.
Glenn.
But because you said you had the whole 18 minutes, and I said let's play the whole video, so everybody
you are right. You're right.
This is why we can't debate with these people. This is why I can't debate with these people. They cannot argue in good faith. They cannot argue in good faith. Okay? He did.
These people, I don't care what color people are, bro. When people speak like that, it's racist. I got one white friend. I got one black friend. No matter if you black, you racist, whatever, bro. Be what you want to be. I'm just saying, nigga, stand to your guns, though. Don't try to flip like a flop like a fish. Be who you are on earth. I like for people to tell me who they are and be who they are. I don't want to have to guess. We guessing about too many people around us. We got friends around us. They fake as hell. Tired of guessing. I want people to tell me who they are, show me who the hell they are, so I can believe when they tell me, because I ain't going to pass up on and say, I don't really think so. I'm going to say, yes, the hell I do think so. I got one black friend. I got a black friend. Yeah, all right, bro. You people, those people, y'all people. What you mean y'all people? I'm one person. What you mean y'all? You not included in the y'all of me? Aren't you part black or black? So why aren't you included in the y'all? People think they separated from something. He think he's separated from those chimping and monkey sound that he's playing. He think that they don't represent him. He think that it don't represent his children. Whether they biracial, because you was with a Becky. And I don't know what kind of hair she got. Like Beyonce said, Becky with the good hair. I don't know what kind of hair she got. But you with a Becky. But you're still a black person. You're a black man. So your kids are black as well, bro. Your kids are black. Even if they're biracial, they're black, right? Some people say you are what your father is, right? So if you're black and you're with a white woman and you have children, be it that they're biracial, they're still black, right? So how doesn't this represent your own children? Unless you think your kids are white and you're black. That's weird as hell. That's weird as hell, bro. So it's good for everybody else, but it don't represent us and our own children and our own families. How do you make the separation? How do you segregate that? Think about that, bro. It's just retarded, bro. It's just stupid behavior, bro.
Everything but admit that this up here thinks that Karmelo Anthony is innocent. All I wanted this dude to do was acknowledge that this right here, this was the one dude on the panel, and I didn't even watch the whole thing. This on the panel thinks that Karmelo Anthony is not guilty. He literally said it. He literally called him the innocent party. And I guarantee you, Fatty, have him on. You know what? You want to prove me wrong, Fatty? Have him on again. You know what, Fatty? Yo, real shit. Hold on. I hope you ain't going nowhere. Fatty, hold on. I'm talking to you now. Well, look, you want to play this game? Let's play this. Fatty, I'm gonna tell you what. Because I know this ain't gonna happen. I know this shit ain't gonna happen. Because I got your little balls now, bro. I got your little balls now, bro. You want to prove me wrong? Have this here.
First of all, pause. You got him by his little balls. Pause. How you know that man's balls is little? I'm just saying, bro. And having him by the balls as well is a pause. I'm from New York City. I'm sorry, y'all. What the hell going on here? But he's really mad with Taz, the GOAT. He's mad with Taz. But Taz is one man. He can feel the way he want to feel. People come in my chat say, Karmelo should burn at this day. He should get 99 years. You think I cursed him out all day? I don't have time for that. We all have opinions. I don't like echo chambers anyway. I don't like when everybody thinks the same thing. That shit is just weird to me, bro. We all gonna have our own thoughts. And anybody who's trying to push you to have a thought is weird. Anybody trying to push a faith, a religion, a way of life, a thinking, anything like that is weird to me. I never do that shit to people, bro. I think it's weird. I think it's narcissistic for people to do that to you. Everybody has the right to their own thought and thinking and feeling how they want to feel. If we get together to talk about stuff and we change our thoughts and our feelings, that's what it is. But we don't need no damn echo chamber to do that. Because the same echo chamber is going to be pointing a finger at your ass and waiting for your ass to drop so they could do that shit to you that y'all doing to everybody else. Would you think the echo chamber, when the echo's on the outside of you and you on the outside of that echo, watch what that echo chamber does to you. Why we don't need echo chambers, bro. That echo chamber will crucify your ass the same way y'all crucifying somebody else altogether. They all gonna band together to do it to you, man. We want people to have their own individuality. That's what we want for our children. We want them to not be in no goddamn echo chamber going around following people and what they think. You don't want that for your children. Some of us went to school and we was trying to be down, go in the lunchroom, be cool with kids that we even need to be cool with. Think about it. We was put ourselves in a damn echo chamber, bruh. A lot of them kids was fake, try to take advantage of you, bully you, use your money so that you could buy them lunch, all types of shit that kids was doing to us and doing to you and doing to people. This is what's going on, bro. That's called the echo chamber. Trying to be down. I want to be down with you. Trying to be Brandy. Even Brandy ass ain't trying to be down no more. Let's keep it real. So this is the virtual echo chamber. But echo chambers happen in real life. And I just displayed one when we was in school and people trying to be down. You wanted to sit at the lunch table with the cool kids and all this shit. That's the echo chamber you were just watching, man. How did that echo chamber treat your ass? How did it treat you? How did it treat the next girl? How did it treat the next boy? How did it treat somebody else that you've seen? That same echo chamber. Echo chambers destroy lives, bro. Destroy security. Create insecurities. This is what they do, bro. It's what they do. So we want individualism. We want people to be individuals. We don't want nobody like no sheep. In 1984 book, George Sorwell, we don't want no goddamn sheeps, bro. We want no sheeple. If you disagree and I disagree or whatever, but we could talk to a point. We might start to agree on some points. We might get to show each other like, say, you know what? I kind of agree with that point, though. I can't even lie. Right? And we didn't have to be agreeing the whole part to get to an agreement. Right? We didn't have to. But we still came to the same conclusion. We still came to the right thing. That's what it's about. Think about what we want for our children when we're speaking about everybody else, man. Think about our children. That's what we must do. Just because we grown now, don't mean we out the water. And especially if we have children, we not out the water. Every day we're going to be in fear for our children as well, man. That's a fact. So let's get back to this.
Come up and say that he believes Karmelo Anthony was guilty of first-degree murder. If you do that, I will publicly apologize. I will publicly apologize if this right here, Tazar, whatever the is, if this here straight up says, you know what? I was on the panel the other night. I think Karmelo Anthony is guilty of murder. Okay, and I'm not talking about by the letter of the law. I want to know what he thinks. I don't need him to give me, well, according to the court documents, he was found guilty. Yes, we know that. What I want to know is, does Goat think that Karmelo Anthony should have been convicted? I guarantee you, he says no. And you know it, and he knows it. Like guys, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about, Don. But Donovan chipped out. Yeah, you're right, chipped the This is what happens with these people. This is what happens with these people. Why did Donovan chip out? Because you people don't listen. You people are low IQ, man. This dumb right here could not understand basic concepts. All he knows is that because Karmelo Anthony is black, he's going to back his man. That is low IQ behavior. And you're disingenuous. He said you did not watch the 3.5 hour. I didn't have to watch the 3.5 hour podcast. This right here thinks Karmelo Anthony should not have been convicted. If you get this camera right here to come on your show or my show to go, you know what? I think Karmelo Anthony should have been convicted of first degree, even manslaughter. No, this thinks that Karmelo Anthony should have walked. And that is my point.
Yo, listen, you got to say both sides of the coin. Listen to me. Two sides to that coin that he needs to say. All right. Whether it's that Karmelo, you got to look at a person's mindset, be it Taz that we're talking about right now, right? Be it that whether he believes that Carmelo's innocent or whatever because he's black, or maybe because Austin's white. So it's either one. It's just not, life is a two-way street, bro. Add both of the streets, bro. Because that's how Taz give it up. He's pro-black. He on a black energy, period, point blank. He ain't coming out here, jumping out here, butter biscuit in for no white people. That's just who he is as a person. I've seen Taz. I've known him on YouTube for years, bro. That's just who he is, bro. That's who he is. Some people are who they are. We know white people that's on the same thing. They on the white. If it ain't white, it ain't right. And if it even look like night, it ain't right. It's all right. I ain't mad with you. Keep that shit over there, bro. Ain't nobody arguing with nobody, bro. Everybody's entitled to feel the way they want to feel. But at least be honest about how you feel so we can know who you are and how you feel. And Taz is very open and honest about how he feels. I bet white people, they don't like black people. All right, cool, bro. At least I know, bro. You know what I'm saying? I won't be bringing no butter biscuits over there. That's a fact. I'm in the business of making butter biscuits, bro. Not like the Angry Man. And Angry Man, them butter biscuits that you've been baking is burnt by now. Just know that. You done burnt them butter biscuits. Oh, massa. He like the guy in Django. Oh, man. You know, I love you, man. Massa Boss, I love you, man. That's the Angry Man. We're going to change his name to the Quiet Man shortly. Don't worry about that. His ass ain't angry at all. He actually happy. Every day he laid up with a Latina woman, want to kick the backs of the black women all goddamn day. I ain't mad, bro. Be with who you want to be with. But I ain't never seen him make a video on a Latina woman. Pronto llegará el día de mi suerte, que te antes de mi muerte, seguro que mi suerte cambiará, cantará. We do not speak few languages. I get it. But we get what y'all thinking, guys. We get you. We get you. We get you.
That is the point. That is absolutely the point. That's what I was trying to get at. You're going to try to come in here and tell me, well, everybody thought he was guilty. No, they didn't. And I know his. We all know he's guilty. We all know he's guilty because he was convicted. He will acknowledge that because that's what's on the record. Well, yeah, Karmelo Anthony's guilty. He got convicted. Okay. My question to him is, does he think he should have been convicted? I'm telling you right now, Fatty, this is no. Because he just sat here and said, I didn't think he should have got 0 years. Then he called it the innocent party. Let's play that again. Let's play that one more time. Unbelievable.
In the super chat.
Pull up and make all kinds of excuses about here.
Thank you very much for the kindness and appreciate it. Tess, uninterrupted, please. What do you think? 35 years was too much, or you actually have a different idea?
It's definitely too much. So I understand why he got.
It's definitely too much. So now he says, I understand why he got 35 years, okay? But his reason for understanding why he got 35 years does not have anything. It's not because he thinks Karmelo Anthony was guilty of first-degree murder. Why do you think he got 35 years?
35 years, the inadequate defense that he was given.
Thank you. The reason why he thinks, well, yeah, I understand why he got 35 years. It was because of the inadequate defense that he was given. He didn't say, well, yeah, I think 35. Look, I think he got 35 years because he was guilty of first-degree murder. No, he's blaming it on the defense. He's blaming it on the defense. Let's listen further.
35 years. I'm actually of the belief that he shouldn't have got any time.
There it is. He shouldn't have got any time. So that takes manslaughter off the table. And then it's done. Right. Well, you committed crimes and you did not go to jail. Yeah, that's right. I did. I've committed many crimes and no, I'm not in jail. No, you're right. I've committed many, many crimes. Absolutely. Dude, I'm not gonna run from that.
The defense, bro. Look at OJ. Everybody thought OJ did it. Black and white people thought that OJ did that shit. But I'm trying to show you, bro. Your defense matters, bro. Look at Rick Child. He had a great defense. People was like, that man guilty. I said that man guilty. That man beat the charges, bro. His defense. It's all about what you could prove or not prove in court. That's in this court, bro. His defense was lackluster. This is a fact. If he had a good defense, then you could say, all right, man, you just meant to get that 35, bro. It is what it is, bro. You couldn't shake it, bro. Plus, you was in Kentucky Fried Chicken down there. You already know you couldn't shake that, bro. And we got a bunch of people like him serving up the biscuits, them buttered biscuits. Him and Angry Man, Donovan Sharpe and Angry Man. Can't beat it. Yeah, could have said that. But think about that, bro. Think. Use your head. Don't make people think for you. People want you to be your sheeps. Go read the book 1984. It's about a futuristic 1984. The book was written in 1949 and 1948. About a futuristic 1984 and how people were being controlled, bro. All of our minds was being controlled, son. That's what it was all about. Don't be a damn sheep. Think for yourself. Think outside the box. Be an individual. Individualism is not good anymore. That's why everybody's using ChatGPT and AI and all this shit. You can't even, it's thinking for you. You're not an individual no more. Do you understand what's happening? You understand how you get into the system? You in the matrix, plug out. You get me what I'm telling you now? Think your own thoughts. Don't make nobody think it for you. Even if it's wrong or right, think your own thoughts, man. Figure it out. This life. But don't be running around. If you this color and a little bit darker than me, a little lighter than Uda, don't be running around baking them butter biscuits, man. Don't stop baking butter biscuits, y'all. Don't be like the angry man and stop baking butter biscuits, man. I'm going to tell you that right now. Stop it. Stop it now. All right, good.
I've committed many crimes. I'm a 4-time convicted felon. I've been arrested like 30 some odd times. Guess what? That guilty and that gonna serve his time in prison. What? Yeah, I've committed crimes. What of it? I've committed crimes. Whatever. That still gonna serve every bit of that 35 years in prison.
I do believe that as the innocent party just sitting there, the
innocent party just sitting there. How about that?
Aggressor is the person that walked up to him and put their hands on him.
See that?
And so if anything, he should be home free right now.
If anything, he should be home free right now. What about that statement tells you that he thinks Karmelo Anthony should have been convicted of first-degree murder? Get the out of here. These disingenuous every one of them, even this doctor. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
All right, go ahead and. So, with that being said, that's a whole video in its entirety. You said that he did not allow you speaking time. We'll let the audience decide that.
Can I
tell
you, Glenn? No, let's not let the audience decide. Let me tell you what happened. Glenn, you have to let me tell you what happened. Glenn, this man is on a full screen. You don't see me. You don't know what is going on. So every time I open my mouth, it dropped me. It doesn't look like that because it's on a full screen. But if you are on a full screen and I keep dropping you and dropping you and dropping you and dropping you and dropping you, nobody knows because they think I am the one being quiet. That's the point that I'm trying to explain. Every time I got into something, it would drop me and say, no, drop you. You don't know where you are. And now, please, Glenn, play the 7-second video that is down there. Both of them are actually racist. Both of them. Taz exclusive. Shout out to Taz and Myron. Shout out.
Look, Fatty said they both racist. All right, cool. Taz is racist. Leave it be. I'm just saying it's facts. But I'm just saying, look, salute the A-Dub, first of all. And Phil, that's speculation, Phil, because we don't know if they got the $500,000. At one point, the give, send, go, that's the fundraiser, the GoFundMe. It's called Give, Send, Go. The Give, Send, Go owner came out to say that they didn't receive the funds at one point. Whether they got some of it was siphoned out to them. That's another case. When did they get that money? Did they get it at the time that they got a lawyer for like $78,000 or so? Did they have that at that time? Then we know after the trial was over, they had closed it. Did they obtain all the money from then? Did they get that money? All right. At one point, they were saying that the money can only be issued or allocated towards representation and towards lawyers. It could be. That's it. That's at one point. That's another speculation of something that was being said. So with so many things that's speculated around it, we have to get the confirmation. Everybody's just running with something. The family spent their money on a house and they did this and they did that. Yes, they had to move. Yes, they had to do things. People was funding them too. Other people. What you think that guy over there, allegedly, in my opinion, what's his name? Dominique Alexander. How you think he got around their ass like that? Yeah, he got a chance to be the spokesman when his ass can't even speak. He was the spokesman for the family, yet his ass don't even know how to speak. I don't care if he's black. I can tell the truth about him. What the hell are you talking about? His ass don't know how to speak. You could have had a mime up there in the press conference. Do a better job than his ass. Didn't you have a news guy, the anchor, cooked his ass up? The man don't know how to talk. How he got a chance to be a representation to any goddamn family? You know he coming across with some money, allegedly, in my opinion. Who is he? He ain't no goddamn body. He the one that helped to push the racial elements on this shit. We know it's racial, but you don't need that. You need to come from another angle. Carmelo's a kid. You need to come from that angle. So he was out there pushing. That's it. Let that shit come from somewhere else. You don't be the one to push that. It's not helping Karmelo. Trust me, son. It ain't helping, bro. That guy did not help Karmelo at all, bro. Trust me what I'm telling you. Not one bit.
Out to Myron. I did races, both of them. Taz exclusive, shout out to Taz, and Myron, shout out to Myron. Both of them are actually racist, both of them. Taz exclusive, shout out to Taz, and Myron, shout out. Can you see what is on the back?
Spokesman was a fool, Phil. Spokesman was a fool.
Yeah.
Don't believe nothing
good, right?
said.
Who is on that thumbnail, Glenn?
You got Myron, you, King, Dr.
Andrew Wilson, all that, right?
Andrew Wilson.
Sure.
I don't know who the other two.
So now this man is saying that I never said nothing, right? I am trying to escape from it now that I'm here and I'm trying to debate him and all that. Can you please get me the other one? This is my grid of shows. Yes. So as you can see, this is a smoke show I had with Andrew Wilson 2 weeks ago. I said my claim multiple times in multiple videos. These men.
You got highlight questions. Look, who did not an echo chamber, bro? And I mean, and I ain't got no biscuits. I don't serve biscuits. This is all good. But look, I've never heard this one before. I'm gonna highlight the shit. Oh, what's his name? Jeremiah? Yeah, Jeremiah. Yo, he said Carmental. Never heard that name before. I heard a few being thrown around in my comments and on chats and in other people's comments. I never heard that one before. Carmental needs life. Had no bruises or scratches. No self-defense. I don't know. Kind of looked like the eye was a little bluffy, a little puffy. I don't know if it was Biggie, but it damn sure was looking puffy, Jeremiah. Let's just stay there, sir. That's first things first. We ain't got to fight and scrap about this thing. We ain't got to be hog mawn and hog time for this thing, Jeremiah. But I'm saying, okay? And people was being aggressive with him, though, Jeremiah. People was being aggressive with him. So we understand he was being grabbed and all type of stuff. It was going down. It was going down, Jeremiah. That's all I'm going to say. Let's just keep it real with each other, okay? You got your own opinion. I'm not here to sway your opinion. You ain't here to sway mine. You're just saying what you think. I'm saying what I'm thinking. So that's how we do this thing here. Nobody got to be in no damn echo chamber. It's all good. All good. Life wasn't an option. Ugh. 99 years. We talking about life in a sentence? 99 years was up. What do you mean life wasn't an option? Life was an option. As far as sentencing, Phil, life was an option. We're talking about 5 to 99 years or life. That was all options on the table for the M1 charge. That's how they do it in Texas. You can either do 5 to 99 or you got an option of life. Capital was off the table. So I'm saying capital's off the table. Unless you unalive an officer, unless you in the commission of a crime, and you unalive somebody, different things like that, you could be up for capital M in Texas. But as far as that, usually people always go for 5 to 99 years or life, and that's just how it goes. Parents might be arrested soon for fraud and threatening the Metcalfs. Jeremiah. So what did Jeff Metcalf do? He wasn't threatening people too? So then lock all their asses up then. Fuck it. Send Jeff in the building too, and send Hunter little ass in there too. Because he the one who started the bullshit. Let's keep it real. If you think that car mental, well, Hunt mental is mental too, bro. Let's keep it a fact. Keep it a fact, Jeremiah. Keep it a fact with me, Jeremiah. We ain't got to argue about this thing. You know what I mean? We ain't got to argue about this thing, brother. Hunter is wild. His mama said that he's wild. Other people said that he's wild. Cheerleader said she's scared for her life of him and his goddamn brother because she feared what they're going to do. And he talking about his hands is bisexual. Both girls and guys can get it. Is your hands bisexual too, Jeremiah? Can women and men get your hands? Answer that question for me, Jeremiah, so I can know if you mental or not. If you keep it real with me, I just want to know, Jeremiah. Tell me right now, brother. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay? Tell me right now, man. Are your hands bisexual, Jeremiah? Tell me, bro. Let's keep it real. Can women and men get your hands? All right, cool. They all crazy. All right, cool. They all crazy. I got you there. But I asked you a question, Jeremiah. Are your hands bisexual? And can men and women get those fists? I'm just asking you, brother. I will need you to answer that question for me, Jeremiah, so I can move on forward. I'm moving on up. I'm trying to move on up to the east side. I don't know if you know that show. You know what I'm saying? I'm missing the top of my roof, just like my boy Jeff. Not Metcalf, George Jeff. Let's keep it real with me, Jeremiah. Keep it real. Let's talk this thing right. Let's talk it nice. We ain't got to talk it twice. Whoa. The Metcalfs were going to unalive his dad? Whoa. See? You heard them rumors because you white. So you heard that from the white side of things. And we need our white people from the other side to come in and drop a little eavesdrops on us and say, yo, look, I ain't no abolitionist, but Uda, mum's the word. We need that, Jeremiah. We need that. Like the Mendes brothers. So wait, he sound like an unbiased white guy over here. Kind of white guys I rock with. Okay, I got you, Jeremiah. I got you, brother. I got you. But you see how we got to that? We ain't have to agree the whole way, but it's all good. It's all good, bro. He said the Mendes brothers is crazy. Hey, LA, how you doing, Queen? Good morning. Mendes brothers off their own parents. It's crazy. He said they was trying to off their parents. Ooh, I know them kids was bugged out. I know Hunter for a fact. Whether we say Austin, whatever, Austin showed some aggression. He was aggressive with Karmelo for a fact. Whether we don't know of him being aggressive before that, we don't know. But he was aggressive in that moment. He was trying to put hands in some, I don't know about feet, but he was putting some hands on people. And we already know that's wrong. Don't keep your hands to your damn self. Back in another country, they cut your damn hands on you, put your hands on other people. Period. Your ass be walking around like this. You be sipping tea like this with your elbow. In another country, keep it real. Gotta keep it real with each other. But we're gonna keep it real. Let's get back to these buttered biscuits. Okay. If you never seen no buttered biscuits, Jeremiah, oh man, you about to see you finna. You probably from the South. You finna see some buttered biscuits. Okay. Them same ones the angry man be cooking. He ain't baking his, he cooking his biscuits.
And he's a liar. Right after the show, it was Andrew Wilson and Myron, and then on the next day, it was Fatty and Andrew Wilson, where I said, yes, Tez is racist. So I got him again. He's lying. And my last question to this motherfucking debate to Donovan. Donovan, please answer these, please. Donovan, answer, please, Donovan.
Yes.
If you are a self-admitted racist, if you support people that are racist like Myron and all these, what is the problem with Tez exclusives, the GOAT, being racist? Please explain to me, if you morally are racist and you support racists, what is the problem with this man being racist? Shouldn't you actually support him, be his best friend, and push him because he's racist just like you? What is the problem with him being racist when you are racist? Explain that to me.
There is nothing wrong with being a racist. I've never said that there was anything wrong with being a
Salute
racist.
to H-Town,
and I said that when you asked the question.
Salute to H-Town. Okay. Phil, Hunter had a mental issue. I'll play the video of the mother talking right now, bro. He causing up stirs and scenes in the courtroom. They said, listen, we don't want you to come in the courtroom. They might call you to testify. He done threw a fit, flipping on people in there just to get his ass in the courtroom, sneaks his ass in the courtroom still. So why you ain't go testify for your own brother then, bro? You the one that started it. Just basically your fault too. If it's Karmelo's fault, it's his fault too. His fault too that he did that. Yeah. And on the video, we seen him turn around, chase after Karmelo, stop, and run after his brother. Why you ain't go run and try to put some hands and some feet on him since he unalived your brother? What happened? You look like a damn chump. Growing up in a black home, you can't even go home. You can't go home with that shit. Where's your brother? And what the hell did you do? Oh, we got the video to see what your ass did? Bro, you probably never come. That has to be Fargo. You ever seen that mouse or some shit that couldn't go home or some shit? Is that the movie Fargo? Whatever the fuck. Bruh, you wouldn't have no home, bruh. You wouldn't have no home, bruh. This is real. This is real. But his own mother said who he is. She said, oh, that's just Hunter. That's how he act, and he's known to lash out. And, you know, especially if he feel like someone disrespecting him. And them cheerleaders, oh, man, and I don't like the coaches and everything else. She made every damn excuse for her son's activities. Okay? But we ain't gonna make no excuse for this shit. Hunter Metcalf stood up and yelled that my friend and fellow varsity cheerleader is a fat biatch. I don't understand what triggers his rages. Rages sounds like multiple, sound like she's seen him before, sound like she heard this shit before. This is facts. This ain't no one time when people talk like that, bro. It's a fact. Second part. One of the football players said that Hunter told us that his hands were bisexual, implying that he would not only hit guys, but also girls. Look at the bottom. I would also appreciate for my name to stay confidential as I fear what they, not just him, what they may do if they found out that I'm snitching on them in an email to the school and the coaches. That's how y'all taught to run around and treat girls? That's cheering on your own damn team? Treat women? How did y'all treat y'all mother? I wish you spoke about that. How did your sons treat you, woman? How, Miss Megan Metcalf? How? Huh? Did they give your ass a stiff kick and say, woman, sit your ass down, I said, and go make them goddamn hard malls and that damn grits? Yeah, I ain't. Did they talk to you like that, woman? Did they, Miss Megan Metcalf? Because you over here caping and capping for that energy. I understand that's what a mother does for her son. So I'm not going to say that, you know what I mean? That's what mothers do for their sons. I get it. But you also got to tell your son the right thing in the right way. You don't be putting your hands on women. You don't think like that. You don't talk like that about women, young girls, because you're going to grow up to treat older women like that. You may treat me like that as your mom, bro. You see what I'm saying? That's respect, common courtesy. They're from the South. Y'all know about that, right? Hospitality, common courtesy, and all those things. When I went to the South, I seen some of that. I ain't never heard people talk to me randomly when I'm in New York, even though I'm me. So random people talk to me when I take pictures. So I'm me. But if I wasn't me, I wouldn't see that. This is New York. You live in a building, you live somewhere, you will never talk to your neighbor, never. You don't even know your neighbor name. You don't care. I went down south, people like, how you doing? I'm like, what are they talking to me? Hey, like, what the hell's going on out here? It felt weird. From New York City. Everybody's grimy. Everybody's shiesty. Everybody cares about their own self. No one thinks about no one else. We don't bake pies and bring it to nobody around these parts. No, bruh. It's a Southern thing. Southern hospitality. So where's his energy? Because the girls are saying that y'all played trash. And we could bring up your school record that year. It was trash. You probably won 2-3 games. What the hell are you talking about? Shut up. What are you talking about, bro? Is someone lying on you? No. So that means that you can't watch a sports game, be it Knicks, be it Texas, be it Dallas, whatever, Spurs, whatever game, and they play a bad game. You see, that shit was trash. They was shit. You can't say that about them because the girls was just displaying that same energy because y'all played trash that game. Still are cheering you on. Still are celebrating you because they're the cheerleaders. But it's okay for you to be able to do that, but they can't have freedom of speech in America. You can't have freedom of speech in America. This ain't America still. This ain't it. Hunter had a damn issue. Said by two people. He had a damn issue. And they both said that Austin wasn't really the one like that. He actually was the more kind of one. He was the one that would respond more differently. But yet he always caped and jumped out the window for his brother. And that's part of the reason why he's not here no more. RIP to Austin Metcalf. But Austin has to take the brunt of that blame too as well. And I know he don't sleep at night. And I know Karmelo don't sleep at night because he ain't no real unaliver. It takes a sicko of an unaliver to go to sleep after you done committed those things. I have friends and people that did it all the time. What are you talking about? You think I'm new to this shit? I'm true to this shit. You know what I'm saying to you? Karmelo ain't sleeping. And that's not who he is. And if he was like that, the prosecution would have made their way to say who he's been in his past. He's not that kid, bro. It's not, bro. He's not. So don't make him out to be. He's convicted as an Emmer. And that's what he's going to be. If you want to call him an Emmer, you can call him that because based on the conviction, that's what it makes you. Period. Whether you think you're not something or not, your conviction makes you that. But they couldn't go into his past. The prosecution didn't want to go into the past. The prosecution only worries about the event and then everything forward. The defense needs to pull from the event and everything behind to show the reason for everything that happened. The prosecution didn't want to go back there. Why? Because if you compare all three kids and their past, we'll see who past was speckled. We'll see who really had the anger issues. We'll see who really had the bullying problems. We'll see who really was those people that people like this. Chucky, Child's Play movie, part 9, Texas edition. We'll see who the Texas Chucky was. Child's Play. You won't get into that argument, bro. That's facts. It's facts, bro. Facts.
The first time. There you go.
No, please, respectfully.
You just
please, respectfully. No, respectfully. You made a 2-week conundrum about us being racist. It was racist. It was on a negative. No, Donovan, you gave your piece, right? During these 2 weeks, everything you said was, these people are racist. Look at them being racist. Look at them being racist. These black people being racist. These black people being racist. Oh my God, can you believe that black people being racist? So you had a problem with Daz being racist and supporting Karmelo based on race. So now that we got it out of the way, because you did 2 shows about us, you did community posts about us, you call us monkeys and chimps and all these things which is based on race. Why can you be racist and Miss Man Tess can be racist? Why is wrong for him to be racist, but it's right for you to be racist? Why is wrong?
Okay, Glenn. Okay, I will answer the question. Glenn, you need to mute him because I know he's going to.
I'm muting myself.
Okay. Number one, I will say again, there is nothing wrong with anyone being racist. Okay, you asked me the question the first time. I said there's nothing wrong with being racist. Here are my 2 problems. My problem was that you could not admit that Goat was a racist. You waited until after the live stream to say, okay, I'm going to do a video with Goat. I'm going to do a video with me admitting that Goat was a racist. You already had your chance, and that was with me. That's the first thing. The second thing is, while there's nothing wrong with being a racist, I do have a problem with somebody making a decision on a court case based on race. Goat clearly is making his decision of the court based on race, but I'm not. I told you on this live stream that if Austin Metcalf himself had stabbed Karmelo Anthony under the same circumstances, that Austin Metcalf deserves to be in prison. I said, if Karmelo Anthony were my...
I get you saying that, but that, you know what I mean? You could just be saying that to say that. You know what I'm saying, bro? But we got to watch all your content to see how you really think about situations that's polarized by skin tone and skin color. See what I'm saying? That's how we get to see a sense of a person, for real, for real. So you can say that now because you just want to act like you're being balanced, but he said that to me too as well. But when I went up on his panel and spoke with him too as well. So I'm going to get into that. Taz, you need to see Taz get up there though. Him and Taz goes at it. We got to see that. I might skip forward so we can get to it. I'm going to get right to that part. All right. Jeremiah says that Karmelo family doxed the Metcalf. So it's why he couldn't talk. That's why he blew up when he did. That's a fact. Is that a fact? If they dox him, that's crazy. But you know, we live in the internet world, man. Everything's easily obtained, bro. I've been doxxed 5 times, bro. Ain't nobody pull up yet, though. Sandals of Jesus. I turned them 2 shits to sandals of Jesus. Ain't nobody pull up yet. But look, though. this the internet world. People could have doxed him. We got to confirm that that's fact, that they doxed him, and that they actually doxed him, Jeremiah. You know what I'm saying? If that's facts, that's crazy, period. Doxing people and all that. Because I do know that the meth cats was getting like DEATH threats. And they was being swatted, their house. They was getting a lot of racial things towards them too as well. You know what I'm saying? Even though their son had died. So I do understand that they got some of those things too. Because sometimes white or black people don't matter. We could be some kind of people too, son. Don't get it twisted. We could be some kind of people too, because they always say black people can't be racist because racism is a systematic thing. So I get that part too, but people calling you crispy and all of this shit. The fuck sound like that shit, butter biscuit to me. Same shit. It is what it's gonna be, bro. We gotta keep it a fact. Gotta keep it a fact. Draw a line right down the middle and keep it a fact. It's the same thing. I never understood that when I was a kid out in school. Oh, you crispy. Yeah, you so burnt and yeah. I never understood that shit. Shit sound like racism to me. I didn't know. You know what I mean? The fuck shit sound like racism, bro. Whether you call it bigotry, whatever. All that shit is in a bowl spinning like this, being whipped together like flour. I don't know, bro. Shit is just weird to me personally. That's just personal freaking Lee. You know what I'm saying? These people haven't watched the video yet. They didn't see the headlock that Austin Pat put him in. Grabbing, looking like Carmelo head snap back, looking like Mike Tyson punch out. We seen one of those versus Don Flamingo. Remember Don Flamingo, Mike Tyson punch out? Maybe I'm showing my age. I ain't no young whippersnapper. And I ain't looking for no young woman anyway. I like my woman with gray hair like LA. Yeah, I ain't. Yeah, I ain't. That's my little project too. Shiesty salute. Colorism. Okay, that's colorism you're saying. All right, cool. All right, I got you, Shiesty. I got you. I'm saying when you getting affected by the colorism shit, feel racist. I know that much. Yo, light skin ass, yo little crack ass, you was too shade from being a crack. Huh? Sound like I'm in the rural South. The hell, I'm feeling like that. I'm from New York, Shiesty. You call it colorism, I'm call that shit. Yo, look. Don't let me color your ass back. I ain't with the dumb shit. Ooda that Ooda. Don't come play with me. Shout out to Phil. It's the internet world. But yet there is no clear evidence available to the public to contradict what was shown in court. It's all hearsay or people seen but can't present such evidence. That's a fact, though. But again, I've been in contact with the court reporter, Ms. Duggar. She said after the appellate process, it takes 7 days after the court case. It takes several days that she has to update the Thames system with all of her notes, all of the reports that she took from the stenographer. She got to send the whole transcripts up to them. After she sends that to them, uploads it in the Thames process. It's 7 days. Remember, he filed for the appeal next day. So those 7 days been up. So now that process has started. She had reached back out to me and said, listen, that process, we're going to have to wait for the appellate process. When that process is over, then the transcripts will be available and they will be available for purchase. So I will be purchasing them. I'm still waiting like anybody else is. I can't wait till I get my hands on them so we could get to some of these facts, see what the witnesses actually said. We arguing about whether Karmelo arrived at 9:54 and Austin and brother arrived at 9:56, or whether Austin and his brother arrived at 9:54 and Karmelo arrived at 9:56, because we know that the whole situation at 10 a.m. at 10:05, the first responders were there working on. They was there. 10:07, they were working on Austin. 10:12, they was bringing out the tarps and preserving the weapon on the knife, and that officer was grabbing a random book bag, putting it on the tarp to prevent it from blowing away, and that random book bag was Karmelo Anthony's book bag. So that's just a timeline. Those are the times that things were happening. But one time that's a big confusion is who arrived first at the tent. So once we get that, we can start to get to some of that. We could get to the witness testimonies and see that. And maybe if we could get some initial statements that said, if we could get our hands on that, now we could compare and contrast and say, you was a cotton picker liar. And they had white and black cotton pickers. So you will both be a cotton picker liar. It is what it is. But you lying. You know what I'm saying? And we can start getting to some of those facts. Jay Charles, salute. Shiesty Bum, salute. She knew in the chat. Who else? Let's see, chat. Make sure I ain't miss nobody. Shout out to Phil for the Virgo. Salute, Virgo. Good morning. Good morning to all my people in the chat, for real. Yeah. Salute to y'all. I got jokes this morning too, so we're gonna have a good time while we're trying to get through some of this tragic shit. But let's get back to Donovan Sharpe and his butter biscuits. Yeah.
Gaines only with a gun, and he did the exact same thing. Myron Gaines should absolutely rot in prison for the rest of his natural born life. So yes, I am racist against niggas. There's nothing wrong with, there's not even anything wrong with being racist against white people. I've never said there was anything wrong with it. But just because I have a problem with somebody using race as their barometer in terms of someone's innocence or guilt does not mean that I think that they're wrong for being racist. No, it doesn't matter whether he's racist or not. The fact of the matter is that I believe that Taz's racist judgment, that's what's clouding his judgment in terms of claiming Karmelo's innocence. That's all I said.
Checkmate. Didn't you call Metcalf a nigga?
Fatty, you're muted.
Yeah,
hold on real quick. We're gonna go to the. You get to rebuttal. I'm saying this is now the closing argument.
Sure.
Then we're gonna go to.
Listen, I'm just gonna say this. This guy Glenn is biased. He's biased. He's most likely white, obviously, but he's biased for Donovan. Obviously, that's his friend. So I'm not saying he's just biased because he's white and Fatty is a color and anybody's colored. I'm just saying he's biased because Donovan and him is obviously bosom buddies. So I ain't gonna say butt buddies. I think that'd been something different. But pause. But I'm gonna say they bosom buddies. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say that. I think they on the same teat, sipping from the same tit. I'm saying. I mean, I think they just still drinking that. Yeah, I ain't. So don't judge me, bro. Don't judge me.
Opening the panel up after I ask you guys both a couple questions to clarify some things. But Fatty, go ahead.
Yes.
You get to.
Shout out to my girl Happy Bums in the chat. Happy Bums.
To have 5 minutes to make your closing statement.
Yes.
And that begins whenever you're ready, sir.
I won the debate. Donovan Sharpe said he's not making a judgment based on race. He has nothing against black people. He has something against niggas. Donovan Sharpe referred to this kid.
Donovan, please.
He referred to his kid as a nigga multiple times. He said that he was raised by the black community and he might come from every single thing that you put on this kid, you are referring to him as a nigga. So now we're going to do this, Donovan. Okay? We are going to do this. Since you made all those statements and those videos are still up because I went through those videos, I'm not a motherfucking lazy motherfucker like you. You are going to tell me, didn't you refer to this man that killed him as a nigga? Because if you did, that actually shows correlation that if you only are racist against niggas and this kid is a nigga, you are using your bias against niggas to actually throw the book at him when if he was just a black man, you will be more sympathetic and all that shit. Once again, why did you refer to this little kid as a nigga from the black community and all that? Why did you do that? And if yes, does that prove your bias since you have problems with niggas? Go ahead.
Okay, I have a problem.
Hold on, just to make sure, Fatty, are you conceding your time? Because this is your 5 minutes.
Glenn, see what I mean? You can't lay a right hook. He about to get hold up. The ref come in. You want to take a water break? Hold up. 1, 2, 3. You thought you got a little hook on 4. He want to do a standard 8 count. Bruh, the man didn't drop. Relax. Let him wobble. Wobbly. Let the nigga drop it like it's hot. Pause. Right? I'm just saying. Hold up. If Karmelo was seated when the group walked up, with while Hunter was advancing ahead, pressuring Karmelo, wouldn't that mean that Karmelo was there first? That's what I'm saying. That's a big thing. If he's there chilling the whole time and ain't doing shit, and then here y'all come trying to be He-Man, the fuck? The hell's wrong with y'all? Y'all trying to be the Rock Johnson? Like, chill, bro. Strong for nothing. See what I'm saying? So that I could go to understand what the hell actually happened. But it's crazy that we're in the misinformation that the judge said that there was no cameras in the court. This made it more of a circus. This is a state case. Remember, I covered Diddy's trial. It's a federal case. You can't film federal court cases. But at that same time, while I was covering Diddy's case, I went down the block to Harvey Weinstein and caught his ass on camera. I had a video of Harvey in there like this. Harvey, that's you. I see you. With your weird ass. I went to the court. Said, nigga, I've seen it with your weird ass. I was in the court. They said, stop the outbursts. Who would have had to get on Happy Feet to get about the court for them to put me in chains. You know what I'm saying? They'd have put Uda in chains. But I went to Harvey Weinstein's court, and that's a state case. You can film in that court. You can pull out your phone and record some shit. It's different there. This case is not a fair case. Why we can't record it? Why you don't want nobody to see it? If we all could watch it on TV, we wouldn't have this misinformation going on right now. Everybody could say, yo, nah, I seen it. What the hell you talking about, right? So that's a part of the circus. This is what made it like this. And then they only pick certain legacy media, 9 news outlets, legacy media, big networks or publications to cover it. They could be telling us whatever they want to tell us. So now that also controls the narrative, right? Because unlike the Diddy trial, everybody was content creators that was there. Independent journalists was there like myself. I'm there. See what I'm saying? Everybody's talking about it from their own lens. See what I'm saying? Everybody's talking about it from their own lens. I'm saying what I see, you saying what you see, Queen Sheba saying what she saw, Nick saying what she saw, Tisa Tell saying what she saw, she fucking burn his ass. We all saying what we seen though. So you got options to look at the news, then you could compare it to what I'm saying, what Tisa's saying, what Nick is saying, what this one's saying, what Mel watching the World 777 saying, Trent Out Loud from Canada. You could compare it to everything, but you got all of this information out here that you can see, and you could kind of pick who you want to be a guide of the information. We didn't have that in this trial. All of the news, all of the words were funneled by legacy media and just a couple of content creators that were there. That's it. I think that hurt the case more. I think that should hurt the case, man. Shout out my boy Freezy. My boy Freezy. I ain't. Freezy, what the hell? Freezy came on. There you go, Freezy. Yeah, man. Shout out to my boy Freezy. Yo, Freezy, I need an interview with your ass. That's it. I don't interview none of them people. I want to interview you. Came to me like the Most High Spirit yesterday. I said, you know what? I'm going to interview Freezy. That's what the fuck I want to talk to. I want to talk to Freezy. So, Freezy, I know your ass be doing a live every damn day. I said, I got to take one of these days. I know Saturday, that's Shabbat. So I know I'm right. Can't catch up on a Shabbat day. One of these days, I'm going to have to get you, Freezy. I'm going to have to get you online, Freezy. I'm going to have to bring my brother Central Florida on the channel. And me and Freezy gonna have to talk about this stuff because I want to talk to Freezy about, you know, he's been interviewing a lot of different people. Make sure y'all subscribe to Freezy. He's on Go. He most definitely been having these conversations, having different people surrounding the case on his panels, on his channel. And I just want to get his kind of take on, be it all of the conversations that he had with everybody, with King, with Neek, with everybody he's had, the public opinion court, public, you know what I mean? Everybody. I want to talk to him to say, yo, what's your senses on everything and how he's thinking about everything? Just so far, you know what I mean? Just so far, in a nutshell, how you feel about all of the information that you've been, you know what I mean? Forensic Freezy, you know what I'm saying? How you feel about the forensics, first of all, and how you feel about, you know what I mean, some of the information that you've been obtaining while speaking to people that are involved in the case and that are around this case and that come from the side of this case as well. So I most definitely will talk to my boy Freezy. I'm gonna call him on the back chat and we're gonna see what day we're gonna get. I know I can't get that Shabbat day. That's Saturday, y'all. Okay, that's the Shabbat. Don't let nobody lie to you. Okay, don't let nobody lie. Saturday the 7th day. Don't start this. Don't start this, man. Okay, Sunday, first day of the week, y'all. Don't do this with me. Don't let me get in my Baruch Hashem's. Don't let me get into my talk, Freezy. I know to speak Hebrew. Don't let me go. I done read the whole Torah, the whole Bible. Don't let me do it. I done read that. Don't let me do it. Don't let me do it. Most High. Don't let me do it. So look, we're going to get Freezy on the channel. But listen, let's get back to these buttered biscuits. Make sure y'all supporting the channel just like my boy Freezy. Forensic Freezy. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else that's supporting the channel, salute to that. You know what I'm saying? Especially my girl Mal. Salute to my girl Mal. Salute to y'all. I appreciate y'all. Let's get back to this guy right here. Donovan Butter Biscuit Sharpe.
I'm considering my full time because one, I prove that he's a liar.
Okay, hold on. I just want to make sure.
No, I will land my
He's
plane.
going to answer the question.
I will land my plane and then he can get whatever. So I can actually get the final statement. I prove this man is a liar by saying the panel was full of racists when he can't substantiate none of his arguments other than Tez. I proved that I called Tez racist right after the show. He's lying about saying that I didn't do it. And he proved now that he is an inconsistent prick because he's okay with racism unless he's against other people. When he's against black people, this man is okay with racism as he full supported. But when it's racism against whatever group that he panders to so they can send him money, all of a sudden racism is a problem. So now I'm going to ask my question and concede my time. Once again, if you have problem with niggas and not black people, and you referred and talk crazy about Karmelo Anthony and how much of a nigga he is, does that defeat your argument that you are not biased because you believe in this and this and that? If you are biased against niggas and you talk with that kid like he was a nigga, does that prove that you are actually biased because you don't like niggas? Go ahead, sir, uninterrupted. Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, so the answer to the question is no. You did not prove your point. In the immortal words of Chris Rock, okay, there's a civil war going on in the black community. And it's against black people and niggas. I love black people. I love black people. It's niggas that I hate. So yes, I will sit here and admit, yeah, I called Karmelo Anthony a nigga. Yes, I will admit I called him a monkey. And the reason why I called him a monkey nigga is because he did some monkey nigga shit. That's why. I will absolutely.
Y'all. I heard monkeys. I heard the N-I-G-G-A, so I could get smoke trees all day. I heard both of those. But a monkey nigga is butter biscuit shit to me. A monkey nigga? Who the hell ever put those two together? That's weird as hell to me, bro. A monkey nigga is crazy, bro. A monkey nigga. I heard people call people monkeys. I heard people call people chimps. I heard people call you the N-I-G-G-A. So I could cook, smoke weed all day. I heard both of those, all three of those. But a monkey nigga. And he's going to say that he's what? He say he's racist. He's racist, obviously. Donovan Sharpe. He's racist, bro. What black man you ever heard say somebody call somebody a monkey nigga? Both of those words together. I want you to think for yourself. Don't be a sheep. Think for your damn self. That's why I can't wait till Taz get up there. Taz about to cook him. Whatever. Taz is racist, though. He'll tell you himself. It is what it's going to be. But I'm just saying it is what's going to be. We meet white people. We know they're racist. That's who they are. At least they was honest. I'm just saying, though. Taz going to tell you. That's that black coon talk. That black coon talk. I got to go my freezing bag. I got to go my freezing boys. That's that black coon talk. That's what that is. That's just what that is. You know what I'm saying? That's just what that is, bro. Straight. I put my Florida drawl on that thing. That's what that is. That's nasty work, bro. That's nasty work. Lord Jesus Christ. That's that black coon talk, bro.
Absolutely positively stand by every word that I have ever said. Now, if you think that makes me racist, that's fine. Because thankfully for me, I don't really give a fuck what you or people like you think. But people like me, we're tired of niggas like Karmelo.
Or people like you. What does that mean, Donovan Sharpe? No, not just you think. People like you. You got to listen to the words people say. You people like you. What you mean people like me, bro? What color is your moms and your pops, bro? Are they people like me too? The hell? Just stand on your biscuits, bro. You know what I'm saying? Stand on your circle. Stand on your square, bro. Stand on your buttered biscuits, man. I ain't mad with you. Stand on your biscuits, though, bro. Jemima. Stand on your biscuits. Since you taking a Jemima roll, you creating pancakes and biscuits. I get it. Stand on your biscuits, man. Stand on your recipe, man. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is, bro.
Anthony giving black people like myself a bad name. And here's something else for you. You actually pointed this out. I used to be a nigga myself. I used to lose control. I used to get into fights. We all know I'm a 4-time convicted felon, been arrested like 30-something times, violent crimes.
Okay. See, we on lock if he's still with me, because he asked me what's his ethnicity. I'm like, I don't know what Donovan Sharpe is, but I know that on this video, I thought he was black or maybe mixed. I don't know. But I'm just saying, on this video, he said this. I was a nigga myself. I've been convicted and all of that. Hey, Tehran, I've been convicted. This much time forward, he done straight degenerate. Who's to say he's not still degenerate like that? You done been to jail 4 times, violent crimes and all that. You've been arrested 30-something times. But now you want to come over here and shuck and jive, and that's why you want to kick the backs into black people to make you feel better about yourself, or to make people feel that you really changed something when you probably never changed nothing. You probably that same individual still, bro. Just because you could put good makeup on it and hide it over, cover it up a little bit better, that don't mean you're not still the same person, bro. Because if you had some God and some Jesus in you, you wouldn't want to treat people that way. I don't be running around being racist to people, bro. People try to be like that to me. It's all right, bro. Jeff Metcalf said what he said about the watermelon fella and all type of shit like that. I get it, bro. I still say R.P. Austin Metcalf, man. It is what it is, bro. I got children too, son. I got a 19-year-old son too, bro. I get it. I believe in what Jesus said. I don't know if Jeff do. I ain't no Christian, but I believe in the Most High. I believe in God. It's a fact. And I try to show better than I could tell, bro. That's a fact. But come on, look at what that man just told us, bro. He's the one that's talking. Nasty. Everybody slap that like button. You know what I mean? And if you over here shucking, slap that butter biscuits. Hit the like and the dislike, bro. Make sure y'all sharing. Make sure that you are hitting the poll, though. Hit the poll, man. I want to know what y'all thinking about this. Was Karmelo's actions justified? Some people feel they're justified. Some people feel like, you know what I mean? Self-defense, bro. You stand in his own grounds. Texas, bro. I know some people right here in New York talking about, I'm standing my damn ground. And we ain't got no stand your ground laws. But they stand in their damn grounds. It's facts. They going out in the hell of blaze. Remember, you ever seen Juice? He said, I'm going out in the blaze of glory. He said, I'm going out in the blaze, bro. Then we went out the bar. Shit got crazy. Went out in the blaze, bro. Tupac was watching the shit. Top of the world, ma. The next day, remember he was on the TV when Steel made the eggs with the beer in it? Y'all remember, bro? My mom photographic. Make sure y'all liking, sharing, hitting that hype button, like button, all those things. All right. Hit the poll though. So I want to know what y'all thinking. All right. Salute.
This and that and the other. Nothing with this out. I used civil war going on in the black community. And it's against black people and niggas. I love black people. I love black people. It's niggas that I hate. So yes, I will sit here and admit, yeah, I called Karmelo Anthony a nigga. Yes, I will admit I called him a monkey. And the reason why I called him a monkey nigga is because he did some monkey nigga shit. That's why. I will absolutely positively stand by every word that I have ever said. Now, if you think that makes me racist, that's fine. Because thankfully for me, I don't really give a fuck what you or people like you think. But people like me, we're tired of niggas like Karmelo Anthony giving black people like myself a bad name. And here's something else for you. You actually pointed this out. I used to be a nigga myself. I used to lose control. I used to get into fights. We all know I'm a 4-time convicted felon, been arrested like 30-something times, violent crimes, this and that and the other. Nothing with weapons or women. It was always like street fights and fist fights. But yeah, I admit that. But only when I had to, and I'll tell you what, the very last time I got in a fight, I actually thought I was going to prison. But the reason why I didn't go to prison is A, I had a very good lawyer, okay? And B, the reason I did not repeat offend is because I knew that was...
So he's going to say right now that the reason that he ain't go to prison because he has a good lawyer. But when he's going to say that Taz is standing up for him because he's saying that he's innocent, right? Which the defense was shit as well. He didn't have good lawyers. This is part of what people are saying. But yet he had a good one, and that's the reason why his ass ain't go. You see how people tell on their own selves? That's part of his argument with Taz. I might have to skip forward past Fatty. We done heard Fatty and him going in and get to where Taz comes on the panel. Actually, Fatty rage quit on his ass. I'm tired of this shit, fuck you and everything you stand for, fuck you. I didn't give a fuck no more. That's just my own version, my translation of what Fatty said to his ass. But Fatty told him some shit. He told him some shit before he went. You the racist one and I don't care. Fuck you. That's what it is. I don't care. Fuck you. My best Portugal. I've been to Lisbon before, so I got friends from Lisbon, Portugal. So salute to Portugal. Salute to Fatty too. But yeah. You know what I'm saying? I might have to go there. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you, you pussy. You're a pussy and all this shit. You know, Fatty get his bag when he ready. You know what I'm saying? So,
last time I was going to get away with that. Now, there's no difference between me and Karmelo because Karmelo didn't really know that he was going to kill Austin. Unfortunately, he did. But I can sit here and admit that lack of emotional control leads to bad things. That's the difference between a nigga and a black person. I will admit, I used to be a nigga, and at times, yeah, I can act like a nigga. I'm not gonna run away from that.
You still is a nigga, bro. What are you talking about? Your actions ain't changed. You same. Look how you carrying on this live right here, bro. Because people have their own thoughts about what they think, whether people are racial or not, bro. Everybody has their own thoughts about stuff. You're not going to change people's minds just because you jumping around in a circuit and you on the Ferris wheel running around in a wheel like a hamster. Don't matter. It's not going to change someone's mind. That don't mean you got to belittle yourself and you act in a certain manner. Why you don't carry yourself in a different manner? Why don't you show somebody a better way? A lot of people say they believe in Jesus Christ, but they don't want to be no light and be no light to nobody and show people a different way. Nobody want to show. Everybody just think Jesus is Jesus. But Jesus came to show us how to be moving out here. That's a fact. Christ consciousness, bro. It's a fact, bro. He's an example. Jesus is an example, bro, of how we need to be. That's why I tell them, on Jesus' sandals, homie. Jesus' feet. He shows how we supposed to be walking out here, homie. Facts. It's my slogan, bro. Everybody try to steal it. It's all right. It's right. On Jesus' sandals, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Donovan's an atheist. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I wouldn't be surprised if he believed in the same shit Marilyn Manson believed in. Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised.
Okay? But if you want to believe that black people like myself who are racist against niggas makes me a complete racist against all black people, then there's nothing I can do about that.
And Glenn, thank you very much. Glenn, thank you very much, Glenn. We're going to open the panel. Hey, Glenn.
Yep.
Donovan.
We're going to open. So now he's in control of the debate.
No. That's what we agreed upon.
We agreed upon it. At this point, we're going to open the panel for questions.
Yes.
I'm going to first go through the chat to see if there's any super chats. Sure. If there's no super chats, then I'm going to drop the link on my channel and pin it on my channel and let you guys up one at a time. Now, let me clarify this to anybody that plans on coming up. All right.
For whatever reason, don't want to play it. I don't understand.
Play it, dude.
Convict him 100% of the intentionality of him was there to kill Metcalf. Is he that innocent? No. I think he should be in jail. Now we just have to debate once again what is the time that he should be in jail. If he's 30 years, a death penalty, whatever. But nobody's saying he's innocent.
Can I respond to this?
Watch what he says about Serena Williams, Donovan Sharpe. Fatty's gonna bring it up right now. I'm trying to skip through so we can get to Taz. Taz is, yo, I'm telling you, he's funny, bro. When he going on and arguing, this shit is bugged out, bro. Trust me. You want to hear Taz, bro. Trust me. And then you're gonna see the conversation that I had with Donovan after. And he didn't scream with me. I didn't scream with him. Trust me, I know to speak with people on earth. A racist, anybody on earth, son. I can speak with anybody on earth. My uncle Jesus, take my hand. You know you gave me the gift. I gave you the gift, my son. It is what it is.
Go ahead, Donovan. And then after that, I'm going to bring up whatever people that want to come up and ask questions.
And Glenn, I just want to point this out, right? If I have a video that proves that Donovan is actually lying, and you, for whatever reason, don't want to play it, I don't understand.
Play it, dude.
No,
yeah.
I don't.
Just let him play it.
I don't understand what is the point of actually we showing evidence.
Have I denied a video?
Yeah, the video is down there.
Yeah, I don't care.
Fatty, have I denied any of your videos today?
If he made the final statement that says, let me answer. No, you didn't, right? No, you didn't.
Okay, thank you. So I have been fair with all the videos.
It's not that you're being fair. Is if somebody is making a statement and I have evidence that clearly shows that this man is lying, I believe that he should be admissible in court. Fine. Right? So can we play this? Can we play this 40-second video and then go to open debate, please?
Play the video. Play the video.
All right. The video's being played. And then after this, nobody's talking. I'm going to bring people up on the panel.
Well, I can respond to what he just said because I was supposed to have the last word, but then he jumped in. So
we'll give you that last word, and then we're gonna go right into people talking, people coming up on the panel.
Fucking behavior out of this animal. At all. Look at this. What is this? See that fucking behavior out of this animal. At all. Look at this. What is this? See that emotion. What is this? Yeah, no, that's not emotion. Okay, that's not emotion. Okay, that's this. That's chimping out. Okay, what Taylor Townsend is doing now here is chimping out.
A woman won a match and celebrated with his family and crowd, and just because she's black, Donovan call her a chimp and make chimp noises and call her an animal. I proved definitively that Donovan just doesn't like niggas. He dislikes black people because this woman didn't do nothing to nobody other than celebrate with her family, with her fans. Point closed. Thank you very much. I dropped the mic.
All right, Donovan, you get to respond.
Okay, so yeah, number one, Taylor Townsend is absolutely a nigga. And the reason why I called her a nigga is because she acted like one. There's also another black tennis player by the name of Coco Gauff, who I happen to be a very big fan of. And oh, by the way, Taylor Townsend is from Chicago, Illinois. So yeah, I stand by that statement. And again, you need to distinguish. I'm gonna say this.
Oh, so she's a nigga because she's from Chicago, Illinois. Bruh. The rabbit hole gets deeper, bruh. But a person celebrating, this is sports, bro. You in the mood, you in the vibe, bro. Oh, you just bugging. You gonna make chimp noises and call her a chimp, bro? Because she's celebrating with the crowd and with her family and the people, bro. That's crazy as hell, son. That's crazy as hell, son. That's crazy. Watch how the guy on the bottom, Glenn, pacifies it. That's how come I knew that he was biased. And that besides him being white, because I didn't know what color he is in there, I don't know. Could have mixed with a little Latina or some shit, I don't know. But I'm just saying, I knew he was biased. And I knew that he had an affinity with Donovan Sharpe. And that's why I said they were sucking for the same tick or the same teak. That's why I said that. You know what I'm saying? So, Uda just don't say shit to say shit. You know what I'm saying? I loaded up my clip. And when I said it, I meant it. Trust me. So I know what I'm saying to you. I just don't say shit to say shit. Okay? Cool. So watch how he capes for it. This is why when I get up there, I tell Donovan something, and I also tell Glenn something because he's the one hosting the debate. I was like, yo, bro, how you gonna say that, bro? How you gonna tell him the right thing? Why is he making chimp songs for the girls celebrating? That shit is crazy as hell to me, bro. Like, what? No, but if it was McElroy, who was the other tennis player guy from back in the days? The white guy? McElroy? This is how he said it. I would have said he was wrong too because it would be it a hunky or whatever. Bro, what are you talking about, bro? No one asked you that, bro. We're not talking to you about no goddamn McElroy. We're not talking about that. You're talking about this situation right here. This is how people start moving the goalposts. It was up to these people. We didn't have a football game. The goalposts would be in fucking Bermuda Triangle by now. The goalposts have moved. We wouldn't have the World Cups right now. Every goalpost would be in a Bermuda Triangle. That's how much goalposts are moving. Nasty work, bro.
One more time. There is a difference between black people and niggas. Anyone will tell you that. What you're trying to do is you're trying to say, well, because he doesn't like this tennis player and she's not a nigga. No, she is absolutely a nigga. She chimped out on the court after she won some meaningless match, and I will stand by those words. I'm not a fan of Taylor Townsend because she acted like a nigga. I am a fan of Serena Williams. I'm a fan of Coco Gauff because they do not. There you go.
What did she do?
All right. With that being said, this is the time I'm gonna. The link is already dropped. People could click the link if they want to join the conversation and if they have a question to ask any one of the debaters. This is your time to do so. I don't know who this person is that came in here and started streaming the link, the GOAT debator, but he's not even in here. I'm going to remove his channel since he's not on the panel.
That's Taz. That's the person that Donovan wants to get to by actually.
Yeah, Taz doesn't want.
Well, I mean, if Taz came in here and then he started restreaming the show,
Dr. Ilkan, come on up.
He needs to come up here, or I'm going to drop his channel.
Dr. Ilkan Alani's been in the chat all day. I've been telling him, hey, come up. You're more than welcome.
Yo, how he butchered Ilkan Ali's name, Ilkan Alani. Ilkan Ali. Yeah, how he gonna say that same name like 10 times. I had to laugh at that shit. Like, yo, he butchered Ali's name by like 4 or 5 times on the panel. Dr. Ilkan Alani. Is he saying this on purpose? I don't know, bro. I don't know. But if I was Ali, I'd have fired up a stream and cooked his ass back. That's just me personally. Don't be calling me no goddamn Ilkan Alani. What the hell does that mean? That crazy shit is that. So look how this guy Glenn, we're gonna get right to task. Look how this guy Glenn is gonna cape for the actions. Look at it.
to come up and debate me. He won't come up.
We need a $75.
Then he wants to do 2-on-2, and I'm like, no, it's 1v1. If you have a question, if you disagree with anything I'm saying, I'm right here. The time is now.
We need $75 via Cash App to get all the goals. I think we gave you a great show.
So nobody wants to come up. I'm gonna give this a little bit more time.
Elitz Revenge says Serena and Venus have done the same thing. No, they haven't. No,
what did she do? Now, what did she do to be a chimp and an animal?
She chimped out. You just played the video.
No. Explain by her actions. You call her an animal and you play monkey noises. What did she do to be called an animal and a big monkey noises? What did she do?
Yes, she jumped up and down and she made animal noises.
So she said, "Yeah, I won! Wow!" There's an animal after you win a match.
You want to play? No, we'll play it again. I'll show you.
Are you serious, Donovan?
No, play the look.
The video is on there. Go ahead, Glenn. The video is on there. I didn't take the video out.
You're out of this animal.
Look at
fucking
this.
behavior out of this animal.
Look at this. Look at this. What is this?
See that emotion?
What is this? Yeah, no, that's not emotion.
Well, what did she do? That's the video that you wanted me to play, or you want me to play?
You're
more?
asking me.
No, let me play more. I want to get to the end to see. So she screamed at the crowd that she won. Let me see.
Yeah, no, that's not emotion. Okay, that's not emotion. Okay, that's this. That's chimping out. Okay, what Taylor Townsend is doing now here is chimping out.
So this is like basically she's.
Look at this. What is this behavior out of this animal?
What?
Look at this. Look at this. What is this?
See that
Hey, Glenn, can I ask your opinion? As somebody that does sports for a living and all that, and you were a bodybuilder and all this, does this sound like an inappropriate reaction to somebody that just won a game on the U.S. circuit on tennis? Does it sound like inappropriate?
Bro, I would say this. Each sport has their own, like what they consider respectful, celebration or respectful. Sure. I don't know tennis.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't speak on the context of whether or not celebrations. Normally I see them, if they're not like just shaking hands right away, they kind of get booed upon. So
he don't know tennis. He a grown-ass man older than me for a fact. He don't know life. Life's a sport too, He ain't been playing the game of life. What he playing? Shoots and ladders? Yahtzee? What he playing, bro? He don't know tennis. Bro, somebody's asking you about why somebody's saying that she's being a chimp or some shit, bro. You see what I'm saying, bro? Weird as hell. We're gonna get right after this, we're gonna get right to task. Straight. I just want